How's everybody doing today? Hello, live stream. What is tea? How's everyone doing today? Did you guys watch Hannah Montana yesterday? Just another Wednesday. I think my day is like starting to be Wednesdays because it's like my third time going on a Wednesday now. So expect me on Wednesdays, guys. Has anyone flown out recently or went anywhere? These airports are insane right now. Literally crazy. I went to Atlanta over the weekend, guys. Like I flew out Friday after work, came back Sunday. I don't know how I made it back. It was so, like the airports are insane right now. Hello, hi. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Carrot. Good morning. How's your morning going, Tracy? Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Another day. It's me. I should have got an energy drink before I started. Well, hi, I'm Tracy. Hello. Morning, beautiful Freddie. I know my sweater is giving Freddy Cougar vibes. Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of like partially why I bought it, because it's like a cute Freddy Cougar, you know? Freddy Cougar is a year-round thing. Hey, Freddy, but yeah, dang, I shouldn't have worn it on the day I'm on live. Everyone's gonna say Freddy Cougar the whole live stream. Love your name, thanks. Yeah, guys, what's up? What's tea? What's going on in the world? Did you go to the serial killer exposition? No, I didn't. I just. Yeah, we're just guys. Crazy day.
Standing down on 10:15.
Okay. Crazy day to wear this, huh? Seems like working for TMZ is awesome. It is awesome. It's really cool. Being in a newsroom is awesome. You just got to be able to, go roll with the punches, pivot quickly. I need constant order on how your brain is structured. I don't even know how my brain is structured. Couldn't tell you. Love your sweater. Thank you. Have you guys seen all this Jules and Tommy Lee stuff? Guys, have a lot of opinions on that. We're gonna get started shortly, but yeah, that's insane. 21 and how old is Tommy? 40. She's gonna be 42 in June, I think, due to my Google searches. Good afternoon, TMZ family. Good afternoon. Morning, Judy. Good morning. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think about that? Some people are saying like, oh, he's grown, it doesn't matter. But it kind of does, especially when she has a daughter his age, and Solange is actually younger than Tommy. So he's dealing with a woman older than his mom. I don't know, makes me uncomfy. We started late or early? I'm confused. Anyways, yeah, we have an interview soon. So we kind of started a little bit early today. Normally start with, 10:30, but yeah. I'm glad you're in the rotation now. Thanks guys. I love chatting with you guys. Hey, Carrots, me, Brandon from South Carolina. What's up, South Carolina? How are you doing? Where's everybody from? Where is everybody from? I'm from, well, for you guys who don't know me, I'm Kara, by the way. I'm from the Inland Empire, but I tell everybody, I'm from LA. I was born in LA. It's not necessary to say the IE, Like I was raised in Rancho, but it doesn't matter. LA. They started about 3 minutes ago. Hey, Brandon. Hello. Hey, Brandon. Sweet and Low. Hello. How are you doing today? You are such a consistent viewer. I missed what you said because the ads are nonstop today. I love your hair. Thank you. I love your hair, even though I can't see it. Chicago. Okay. Chicago. Period. Stand up. Cleveland, Ohio here. Oregon. Okay. Yeah, everybody drop where you're from. New York. Okay. I like New York. I couldn't live in New York though, personally. Let's walk around a little bit. I couldn't live in New York personally because it's just too busy for me. I'm a city girl, but I'm not that city, It gets to a point. Michigan and Florida, okay. Kara, did you go to Southern? Their women's basketball team was here last week playing yes, I did go to Southern. I'm pretty sure they won something. Y'all don't quote me on that. That's so bad. It's my school. I should know. But I think the women's basketball team won something. Kara, I saw your Disney Mountain Rushmore. Ooh, let's talk about it. What's y'all's Disney Mountain Rushmore? Because I feel like my answer was low-key undefeated. I had Miley Cyrus, Raven Simone, Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato. The big four. I don't think anybody's messing with that big four. The IE is completely not LA though. It's not LA, but when you're born in LA and you were here for, I was like 6 when I moved to the Inland Empire. That wasn't my fault, that was my parents' fault. And then I was back and forth, and now I'm back fully in LA. So I can claim LA, guys. Don't play. I was born in Inglewood. I wish I moved to New York City when I had the chance. Yeah, I like New York. When did I go to New York? For the first time, I went in 2023, and I went twice in the same month because I had like 2 little like brand little trips I had to do. I went to Breakfast Club, iHeartRadio, and then what was the other thing? For some other reason, y'all. But it was cool. I like New York, but yeah, I'm just such a Cali girl. Like I can't deal with extreme weather. North Indiana here. Hey, period. New York is more congested than busy, if you ask me. Yeah. And I'm just not a subway girl. Like I need my car. I can't. Spain. Oh, Spain. Okay, love that. Okay, someone said Miley, Raven, Selena, Shia. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I give you that. That's fair. Someone who had a Kyla Pratt was in Kay's Mount Rushmore, which I feel like Kyla Pratt, she slept on. People like never bring her up in the Disney conversation. I'm from LA, just left Ivy. I think you forgot Selena Gomez. No, Selena Gomez is definitely, come on, Wizards of Waverly Place? You have to mention Selena. Like, you literally have to. Chicago, better. TMZ Live always cheers up my day. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're here with us. It cheers up my day, too. New York stinks. Yeah, it does. No New York slander, though. Hello, everyone. Hello. But yeah, guys, what's tea? What's everybody into? What's everyone getting into today? I'm just another day, guys. Just at work, gonna go home. I feel like by the time I get home, my day, like, is basically over. I scroll on TikTok for like 2 minutes, time to pick out my clothes for the next day, take a shower, and go to sleep. Not too interesting in my life right now. I still wish I was in LA, lived there twice, couldn't find work. Really? Okay, that's interesting. I think it's like a lot of places to work in LA, but there's also like low-key oversaturation because there's a lot of people here, so I get that. She has Freddy Krueger sweatshirt on. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, I do, guys. This is actually from Zara. Yeah, it's a little Zara. Shout out Zara for the Freddy Krueger sweatshirt. Where's Talia this morning? Talia actually just, she's by my best. Me and Talia sit next to each other. I'm sadly in Chicago. Oh, Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. Surprisingly enough. Never. Does LA smell? Downtown. Yeah, downtown stinks. Like, really bad. Like, actually. Smells like pee. But other than that, no, LA doesn't stink. Cali's just amazing, It's the best. Guys, we have the best weather. It's a vibe here. Like, I used to live in LA too, and I miss it desperately. Where do you live now, Sweet and Low? Someone said Selena, Demi, Hillary. Okay, yeah, Hillary. Oh, yeah, Hillary is up there. I'm not gonna lie, that's before my generation, though. Like, I never watched Lizzie McGuire, like, ever. Never really did. Yes, LA stinks. Downtown LA is terrible. Yeah, it stinks. I had a friend visit LA. What was that, sometime in September, and I was low-key like, dang, I'm sorry I brought you downtown. It really stinks down here. That was not a good LA first impression. It smells like crackheads. Wow. Let's be nice, guys. I'm going outside to clean my car, and I'll be in and out. Okay, Judy Crazy Chicken Lady. Great, I need to clean my car. My car is pretty bad right now, guys. Tell Talia said hello. I will tell Talia. Where is OnlyFans Chris? OnlyFans Chris, where is Chris? Chris at his desk? Yeah, Chris is over there probably working on something. Working hard, not hardly working. Yeah, Chris is our OnlyFans rep at this point. Can y'all see Chris? Poor Chris, just the back of his head. He has no idea he's in live right now. So weak. I live on the East Coast, Kara, but not as great as LA. Yeah, East Coast is cool, but yeah, LA, you can't compare. You can't. LA got a bunch of gnats and flies. Really? I wouldn't say LA has a whole bunch of gnats and flies, really. I mean, I guess. How hot is it in LA right now? Let's check. Let's actually check the weather. Imagine it's like 1,000,000 degrees and I'm wearing this big Freddy Krueger sweater. It's 70 right now. Yeah, it says partly cloudy. But it's just the best weather, guys. I couldn't deal with no hurricanes and no extreme weather conditions and snow. The only snow I've seen is in Big Bear. And that's it doesn't really snow up there for real. Well, it does, high up in the mountains, but. P.S. Whoever asked about Talia, yes, Talia is somewhere at her desk. Yo, Chris, turn around. Love WeHo. Yeah, I love WeHo too. WeHo's great. Yeah, WeHo is great. Cost of living is good. Yeah, of course the cost of living. I mean, you get what you pay for, right? You literally get what you pay for. It's not too bad. Love WeHo. But yeah, guys, about 2 hours from Atlanta. Oh, okay, yeah. Sweet. Brandon, you probably weren't alive. I literally just came from Atlanta. I go to Atlanta all the time, though. Atlanta's cool. I do like, people say Atlanta's not the South. Kind of, I think it's the South. Atlanta's the South. But some people think, like, unless you're, like, Mississippi and Georgia, that's the South. You know, I love a good Georgia peach vibe, but you gotta just bring it back home to Cali, man. It's 70 here in San Diego. Yeah, yeah, I was just in San Diego, like, what, 2 weeks ago? My sister goes to San Diego State University, so. San Diego's really cool. You know, it's a little colder over there because it's a little ocean. Hey, Kara, hello. I used to live in ATL. I loved it so much. Yeah, ATL's cool. It's real nice. I'm from Mars. Really, me too. Cali has the best food. I wouldn't say we have the best food. We have good food, but the best? We have great tacos. Nobody's messing with our tacos. But the best food, eh. You know? Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Southern barbecue. Yeah, you gotta go to the South for that. You can't find that here, but like, we have good sushi for sure. We have good sushi. We have good tacos. Our steakhouses are good. But like, if we're talking like, I don't know, I guess the only food that we don't really like, not that good, is probably like soul food or something. Well, I don't know. We have, maybe. You know, it's up for debate.
I think you just gotta find it.
Yeah. Georgia's definitely the South. They have a college called Georgia Southern. Yeah, Georgia's the South, guys. I'll never leave Cali, born and raised. Atlanta's fun, but wouldn't live there. Yeah, you know, I get that. I'm watching from Baltimore. Best sushi in Cali. Oh my God, I love sushi. Like when I went to school in Louisiana, none of them liked sushi. I was so sick. Like none of them ever wanted to eat sushi with me. Or like edamame, they were like, what is that? I'm like, you don't know what edamame is? I love a shrimp tempura roll. Oh my God, I love sushi.
Louisiana, did you have alligators?
Yes, they had alligators, yeah. Ooh, did I try it? Oh yeah, fried alligator? Y'all ever had fried alligator?
The frog legs.
Oh, no, I haven't. But fried alligator is really, really good. It's like really chewy. I was at like a Dave and Buster's type restaurant. They had fried alligator. I tried it. I was like, oh my God. Okay. It's good, not gonna lie. I'm like an open-minded person. Like, I'll probably eat whatever. Ooh, I went to Peru, guys, and I tried guinea pig. Please, like, don't follow me, because I didn't know it was guinea pig. But yeah, y'all, I ate guinea pig. And
it was a lot of meat on a guinea pig.
It wasn't even, no, it was like, I wish I had a picture to show you guys. It's like a little tiny bit of meat, but it's very chewy. Didn't like it. I kind of spit it out instantly. They knew not to tell me what it was because I wouldn't have ate that. But, you know, what's a good soul food place in Southern California? Oh, I have no idea. Oh, hey, Queen. Let's get into it. Good, how are you?
Good. I wanted to come chit chat with you for a little bit.
Yes. What do you?
Let's find a place we can.
Let's walk.
Can we walk over there?
Yeah. Let's walk
What's up, chat? I know you
around.
missed me, but you didn't miss me that much.
Let's walk around, guys.
Let's chit chat.
Feel the vibes.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a chair around.
Yeah, here. Let's talk. So what do you think?
So what's going on in like media land right now?
Media land.
Oh, should I pull up the chat?
Yeah, let's pull up the chat.
Chat, what have y'all been paying attention to? First of all, have y'all seen Scandalous? Let's talk about Solange's son, Jules.
Yeah, so Jules, y'all, is Solange's son.
You should know.
Yeah, y'all should know. If you're a Beyonce fan, you know.
Live in Irvine.
Yeah, he's 21 years old.
Right.
And Tommy Lee, which I didn't know who Tommy Lee was before Baddies, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm too young, but.
Love and Hip Hop Days. She's an OG Love and Hip Hopper, Tommy Lee, and she's 41?
She'll be 42 in June, so we can.
She's 42, he's 21. And if you don't know, we'll pick you up. They have been seen Scandalous. They have been seen kissing and gyrating and dry humping in clubs and stuff. And I'm just like,
it's one, like, if he's 21, okay, but y'all, like, it just gets to a point. Like, I know he's grown, he's over 18, but why?
So I want you guys to drop it in the chat. Like, do you feel like the age gaps, is there a double standard when it comes to age gaps? Because there's one, like, older man, younger woman, but when it's an older woman and a younger man, do you feel like that's a double standard? Do you feel like the older woman gets more slack for being with a younger man rather than it being reversed? Do you feel like that?
I feel like it's inappropriate both ways, but yes, the woman does get more slack if she's older.
Why is it inappropriate both ways if they're both grown?
Because, like, grooming is still a thing. Like, you know, when you're like she has an advantage.
Because LJ says he's an adult.
But then again, she's 20-something years older than this man. Like, but then if we're also going to talk about it, men also fetishize like being with older women. Like they want, like, you know, all dudes when they're young, they want to be with the teacher. They want to. So that's also part of like, that doesn't play good into that either.
Okay, let's read the comments and then I'll give you my opinions.
So the comments are saying,
Judy
he's an
Crazy,
adult.
Chicken Lady, age is just a number. That's my favorite song by Aaliyah.
I'm weak. Robert says, Tommy loves attention. Yeah, I think Tommy.
Yes, and this is not Tommy Lee, the drummer, or
No,
whoever
this
was
is-
in the band.
yeah,
I don't
this
know
is
that
not
Tommy Lee. This is a real
This is
crash out.
This is crash out Tommy
This
Lee.
is crash
If y'all
out
probably don't
Tommy
even,
Lee.
yeah. Look up,
If y'all don't know Tommy Lee, look up Tommy Lee and all you're gonna see is mugshots.
she's crazy.
Crash
Like,
outs.
she gets down, y'all.
She was known in Love and Hip Hop, and then she started doing Baddies.
She was on Zeus for a second, y'all.
Crash out.
She's entertained, but she's a crash out.
Before I give my 2 cents on the age thing, I think that's the thing about Jules being with anybody older. You're gonna pick Tommy Lee out of all the older women in the world. You're gonna pick Tommy Lee.
Pick a nice, like, classy. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
pick
know.
somebody that's
Tommy Lee.
on the status of your mom and your auntie. Like,
He is messing the brand up, y'all. Like,
picking Tommy Lee from Baddies. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
she is not joining the family.
No, like you can't bring her to no family dinner. You gonna show up with Tommy Lee
And Beyonce
and Jay-Z?
Blue.
No,
And Blue?
Disgraceful.
At the table?
they're saying age is just a number.
She's the crash out queen, and you know, it takes one to know one, but not just one. No, I'm not playing. I'm an Aries. You know, my birthday's next week. Anyway, okay, my 2 cents on the age thing is, one, I agree with LJ and Judy Crazy Chicken Lady. I agree with everybody in the chat saying, you know, he's grown. You know, they're both grown. He's 21 grown too, not 18 grown, 21 grown. Now, I don't consider grown until you're
25.
till you're off your parents' insurance, 26, okay? That's when I knew I was grown. But, you know, I think one, I personally don't like her for him, but I think they're all grown, you know? And I do think there's a double standard when it's a younger man and an older woman. The woman catches slack, and I think that's unfair. Because let me tell you something, and I'm 2 seconds away from being Anna Nicole Smith in my next life, okay? I'm 2 seconds away, because these young boys ain't it.
God.
So I get it, which is, you know, I'm about to be 28, as a soon to be 28-year-old, you know, I don't even like guys in their 20s. Now I ain't going for 50 and above, but you know,
well, like
I like
40.
someone, because you know, women, I feel, and I don't know if this is a proven fact, I feel like women, we mature quicker.
Yes.
Than men.
Yes.
And so like men right now in the 20s are like not even something I'm looking at, because I'm like, man, please, I got my life together and you don't.
Like, I'm 22. I'm not dating a 20-year-old, a 21-year-old, not even 22, honestly.
Right. So, you know, I think that's my thing with the whole age thing. Chat, tell me what you feel, because I just feel like since she's an older woman, now it's not even been proven that they're dating, whatever. We're just seeing the videos, and they definitely had at least a night or two where they was messing around. But then you go into the conversation like the Anna Nicole Smith. Now, Anna Nicole Smith is a whole. Do you know who Anna Nicole Smith is?
Yeah, but I don't really know the.
I had to ask.
I know the name, but I don't know the T. What's the T? She date older man? No, she date.
She's no longer alive right now. But
Right.
Anna Nicole Smith, long story short, chat, help me. Back in the you good? Or you want me to get a mic?
Oh no, you're good.
Back in the early 2000s, my girl Anna, and I'm telling Kara this,
Yeah,
not
she's
you, chat.
educating
I know
me.
y'all know.
She's
just don't
educating
know.
me, y'all.
But Anna was a scripper, and and one day an older man, and when I say older, I'm talking about touching 90.
And how old was she?
How old was Anna at that time, chat? Was she in her 20s? She was somewhere in her 20s.
Oh.
She had a kid.
He
It
had
was-
money, though, I'm sure.
Diddy.
See,
Diddy. But no, let me tell you, and I didn't mean to say Diddy, I mean, did he? I'm playing with you, chat.
Wait.
Long story short, they ended up getting married.
Ooh.
I think it was his ex-wife or his family, and he had kids older than her.
Yeah.
His ex-wife or family, whatever, when he died, you know, the money went to her. They sued her for that money. They got it, and she left broke. But by then, she was really famous from that situation and for being a baddie.
Okay.
Anna Nicole Smith was a baddie. She started doing some Guess Jean ads or whatever. She was a model for Guess. bad. I'm talking about Anna Nicole Smith, bad. But she, but that was one of the bigger ones. Other than Hugh Hefner, don't nobody talk about Hugh Hefner.
Oh no, who's that?
Don't nobody talk about Hef.
Dang, I know these names, but I don't know
You
who
don't
that
know
is.
Hugh Hefner?
I don't think so. Who's Hugh Hefner?
You never heard
y'all?
of Playboy?
Oh, the man with the play. Yeah. Come on, I know that.
Chat, okay.
You just gotta say
Chat,
the Playboy bunny man.
Chat, how about we make it a rule? How about we can't make it a rule? You can't date older unless you know things from that generation. How about that be the rule?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
No.
Joanne says, why would you want to date someone your child's age or your parents' age? They can't have much in common. Yeah, like that interaction right there. Like, what y'all gonna talk about? Y'all gonna be at dinner and you gonna be
That's
like,
what I'm saying about you.
Oh no, the oldest I'll
That's what you gonna talk
go. The
about.
oldest I'll go is 25.
Yeah, good, because you don't know
Golden
nothing
age.
past 2 years from your birth date.
Yeah, oldest I'll go is 25. That's 3 years
Like,
older than me.
good.
That's fair.
Yes, Hugh Hefner created Playboy, and that was his first ever issue of Playboy. Marilyn was on the cover, Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
And that's what blew up Playboy. I'm a huge Playboy Hugh Hefner used to be fan, but no one talks about that. But okay, we can get done with it.
Intellectually.
Yeah.
Intellectually.
Like, yeah, the 21-year-old is gonna be better off having this older person with all this knowledge.
But what if
Of
they're old
things,
and
and they're-
ignorant?
Not Tommy.
She's an
not
old
Tommy.
yeah.
Tommy is
She
when I
ain't got-
tell you, she just.
She still has life experience that she's gonna exude to him.
It's only
You
so
know
much
what,
life
Chat,
experience.
Brandon just brought up a great comment, and I want to respond to that. I totally agree. I think the benefits of a younger man dating an older woman is that in most cases it should go like that, where the older woman teaches him a thing or two, and I think that should go for a younger woman and an older man too. I think sometimes that stigma is that older women are looking to get something out of an older man, like money or
Yeah.
stability or
But, yeah.
dinner,
Yeah.
a meal.
Just what you can get sometimes.
Tommy, we have money.
Does she?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, she's
I mean, not
she's getting
Jules'
paid.
money though, compared to.
What does Jules
But
got?
then well, we don't
Yeah.
his family though. But that doesn't mean he has money. So you're right. But you never.
Jules is,
That's just bad for the brand.
and you know what? I'm not gonna talk too much crazy because I like the family. So
Oh, yeah, of
but
course.
he's a nepo baby.
Yeah.
And he I don't know what nepo babies what that like allowance looks like or whatever they get.
Yeah, like
but
how does that work? Like as a nepo baby. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not speaking as a nepo
Yeah.
baby. I'm just saying like how do you
I can't tell you.
how's your money work? Like do your parents just like you just have a credit card and it's just you just rack up money or
I'll tell you. Okay, that's that on that, Chat. Thank you for your comments. What else is
Yeah.
going on? What else have we covered
what
lately?
else is going on? They're on me for not knowing yeah, I just know him as the Playboy
Hugh Hefner.
man. Yeah, I know the name.
You never seen did you ever watch the early 2000s show? Do you know who, if I say the name Kendra, Bridget, and Holly?
Nope. What show was that?
Girls Next Door, you never heard of
No,
Girls Next Door?
What's that? What channel was that on? Dang, y'all make me feel like I'm 2 years old. Maybe I am.
On Tubi right now, go watch it.
Tubi. Okay.
Go back and watch it
Yeah.
on Tubi. Let me tell you something. I was way too young to be watching Girls Next Door, but I was watching it. But I used to love that whole Playboy
Yeah.
Mansion, please.
I'm
But
so
I mean, those
weak.
were different times.
Isn't that getting a lot of heat right now?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
They're saying that he was kind of same kind of model.
Let me tell you
as
something.
young
Let me tell you
girls.
something. This is my 2 cents, and this is a hot take.
What?
I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna say it.
Don't get canceled by
Right.
viewers.
No, I'm not about to get canceled. I'm about to just say
I'm
something
just
real.
kidding.
Certain people, I feel like, are getting exposed, and certain people are not. Hugh Hefner was, I mean, decades doing what he was doing, right? And they even put out a Playboy documentary where Playmates were telling in the documentary what was really going down. And I'm talking about not no regular Playmate. I'm talking about Holly Madison, Kendra, like the girls that were on the shows, like come back. Of course, this is all when he passed away. But and a lot of stuff that like names I should say like Bill Cosby, a lot of the stuff that he went to jail for happened at the Playboy Mansion. You know what I mean? Hugh Hefner died peacefully. I'm talking about chilling, illin'. And that family still got them coins. You know what I mean? Even though they sold Playboy, but they're good for a few generations. They're good.
Yeah.
You know, they crucified Michael Jackson with them damn kids. And this was like the 90s. Like certain people just got it hard and others didn't. And I'm just like, and now like the Epstein stuff is out. He's long gone. You know what I mean? Like, where was this energy when these folks was alive? But, you know, power is a very dangerous thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have money, you have power. It's a very dangerous thing, and you're able to hush. I mean, we look at Diddy.
I was about to
You know
say,
what I
so
mean?
speaking of that, the whole Usher situation where he was
Oh.
basically saying he didn't have that experience with Diddy. What do you think about that?
You know, I'm not really too hip on the Diddy stuff. You know, I'm learning a lot, like, through the documentary. Like I said, power is money, and power is just, you know.
It takes you places.
Yeah.
That's what powers
You can
everything.
do some things. So I don't know, like, the Usher and Diddy history enough to know, like, but I'll talk about the Carisha, and if you don't know Carisha's government name, Young Miami, just stop us whenever y'all are ready. Young Miami, you know, part of the City Girls, if you don't know, the rapping City Girl. It's the City Girls, you know why.
Yeah.
Okay. Young Miami is one of the members. It's only two girls, Young Miami, JC.
Yeah.
Young Miami started dating Diddy, like 2022, 23.
And he was older than her, too. I mean, Carisha's what, 20, 28?
Carisha's probably like 30, 31 now.
Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah, she's in her 20s when they dated. Diddy was like probably like 50. I don't know how old Diddy is actually these days.
Honestly.
Actually, look.
Let's see.
Long
How
story
old is
short,
Diddy?
as you may know in chat, like, you know, we're having a conversation chat. Oops, not Diddy. Usher was Diddy's first victim. John Hancock, what you know?
Right.
And I see a comment from Miss
he's
Maloney, so
56.
funny, talking about Justin Bieber.
Young.
That's just a whole era I missed. I don't know
And also, like,
much about that.
say if Justin is a victim, which we don't know, like, don't just assume things at the same time, you know? Like, I feel like people are kind of being conspiracy theorists when it comes to this. Like, oh, that's why Usher and Justin got into that argument. Like, we don't know. Sometimes you just really you can't fill in all the pieces when it comes to
Chat, I'm gonna put on my mic real quick.
comes to things like that, you know? Like, and that's coming from someone who, I'm a huge Bieber fan. Usher was a victim. He tricked Justin into it too. See, like, I don't know. It's a lot. Justin started crashing out ever since the Puff trial came out. Y'all, Justin been crashing out. Come on. He been crashing out before the Diddy trial. My guy is a crash out, and that's okay. We're accepting crash outs in 2026.
I think there's it's an interesting conversation. Like, you got to realize these were different times. Like, the 90s and early 2000s were a different time. I mean, obviously it was a different time. Like, obviously, like, things that happened then wouldn't fly nowadays.
Yeah.
So there's so much you can fault people for it. You got to think about the times they were in. Like, these were when same-sex marriage wasn't even legal. You know, like, these were the times and where the world was at. So there's only so much you can fault people for stuff. I will say, Diddy gets a bad rap for being a crash out or whatever. There are certain people that I understand. Certain people who work hard and have a certain work ethic, where, like, you see coaches on a sideline with their players cursing them out.
Yeah.
Gripped up, you know, and some people but some people have a work ethic where it's like,
They need that sometimes.
not even need, but it's just like, look, this is what perfection, this is how I got here, perfection. And if you let something slide, then that might be a ripple effect. So how Diddy handled work, you know, that's why a lot of people give him kudos and props. Like, he was a little crazy with it, but he created stars with it. Now, all the messy nut stuff with Cassie and what he was doing, like, that's a whole different ballpark. But how he was with Usher and Justin, I don't know about all that
I really don't.
other stuff. But the parts where he was a little, maybe, like, stern and rough with them.
I'm sure that's probably
It's
true.
just sometimes how professionals are and perfectionists are. If that makes any sense, chat.
Yeah, because sometimes that's, like, even like Beyonce's dad, real hard on her, real tough on her. You know, Joe Jackson, you know, it gets to a
Joe
point.
Jackson, you know? And that's different because that was their blood. That's their real
that's
daddy.
a little different, yeah. So.
But Joe Jackson was like one of the ones, like, you're going to do it right or you're not going to do it at all. And Joe comes from my grandmother. I back in the day, I used to call her Joe Jackson. She's that firm, that stern. And she comes from that era, the 70s. And I don't know what year she was born. She probably was born in like 39. I just like, just show her this.
I'm so
But,
weak.
you know, back then it was like you do it right or you don't do it at all. especially for people of color. Like, we had to be perfectionists and we had to be perfect, or you just weren't going to make the cut.
Yeah.
So it just was a different time.
I was like, what would Bieber think of his life if he never met Usher? I mean, I don't know. We know Usher, kind of discovered Justin. I don't know. Would Justin
Y'all
have
in
been
these
famous
comments,
somehow?
we can't read some of these comments. Y'all are wilding.
That is so terrible. Justin Bieber, a child influenced by others, and now this is the aftermath.
First of all, whoever Kurt Levin is, this comment is rude as hell.
What they
He
say?
said Kay looks like Jerry's sister in the original Fright Night 2. I don't even know who that is. Is that Freddy Krueger?
It's because my sweater, bro. I shouldn't have wore it. Now the chat's gonna bully
No, he
me
said
off.
I look like that.
I know, but now because I'm got the Freddy Krueger sweater on,
What is
now
Fright-
you look like
is Fright Night?
Associating horror movies.
Is Fright Night Freddy Krueger?
It has to be. Hold on, let me look up Fright Night.
Let me tell you something. I'm not here to play. Okay?
What's Fright Night,
I'm
y'all?
not here to play.
Just ignore. Oh,
I'm
I
here
know.
to have a good conversation and y'all play.
Right.
I'm ignoring them.
You
It's
gotta-
about to be my birthday. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, it's almost Aries season, y'all.
It is Aries season.
It is Aries season, y'all. As of, I think it was what, March 21st, 22nd? Your
Yeah,
birthday's
exactly.
coming up.
WL4545. I'm about to block him.
What this? Oh.
Okay, I have the ability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Usher was
Just
a good
playing,
mentor
y'all.
for Justin. Yeah.
So what else is going on? What else have we been covering in the news? I be forgetting.
Yeah, what else have we been chatting
What
about?
else have you guys
What else do
been
y'all want the
following
tea on?
closely that we can converse about? Because it's not conversate, it's converse. I hate when people say
Yeah.
conversate.
Let's see.
All right, let's chit chat about it.
What? What you got to say?
Taylor Frankie. And let me tell you something. I never heard that name till we
Oh, yeah, I
started.
had no idea who
I
that
never
was.
watched Mormon Lives, Girls, whatever they're called.
But now
it's like
she's
I can't get
living
her name out
rent-free
my
in
mind.
everybody.
Okay, let's talk about. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I want you to answer and chat. Chat. You're in this conversation with us.
All
Okay.
right.
Yes. Happy Wednesday, Ashley Joyner. When you
Lay it
saw
on
that
me.
video.
Uh-huh.
Now think about this, because I don't want you to say nothing crazy.
Uh-huh.
When you saw that video, there's a conversation that people. First of all, like when you saw the video, what did you think?
One, I thought, not okay.
Yeah.
And also, I think if the roles were reversed, if it was a man doing exactly what she did, it would have been way more of a conversation.
Do
But
you feel like if it was the man doing that, let's remove the names, forget their stars, whatever. If the man was doing that, do you think the video would have been out sooner?
Yes. I think she wouldn't have even been casted. Or he potentially wouldn't. Oh, yeah, that would have been a whole conversation.
Casted, yeah, all that.
I think none of that would have even, it wouldn't be no scandal of like, oh my God, the star of the season's about to air. None of that would have happened. Like, it would have just been off the bat, just no.
Do you think that, I know I saw some conversations that a lot of people are like, well, what did he do for her to react that way? Like, is that a valid thing for people to say?
I don't think it's valid because say if a man, if it was reversed, would you say, oh,
And
well, what
she
if the
was
woman
pressing his buttons
Yeah.
and then he reacted
it's
like that?
you can't really say, oh, what did they do? Like, some things just aren't right, especially with the child and, throwing the chair, the bar stool, and it was a bad situation. Like, some things I thought it was bad. I think everyone thinks it was pretty
Someone
bad.
said, are we like Tia and Tamara? We can be.
I'm so weak.
When they release The Bachelorette in the fall time, you can watch.
Yeah, I'll watch.
You
I'll
think
watch,
they're going to release it?
I'm just saying, if they do, would you watch?
If they did. Okay, if they
If they
did.
did, yeah. It's been so much chatter about it.
Did you watch before?
No,
No.
I didn't watch before.
They have huge amount
That's a great conversation. That's a great conversation. I think the same thing. I'm like, I never watched The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I've never watched that.
Now you will.
If they
Yeah.
release that season,
Oh, I'm watching.
now if we don't know for sure or not, if the word on the street, the word on the street is they might release it, and if they did,
I would watch. I'm tuning in.
I would tune in. Not maybe every episode, but I would tune in at least towards the end to see
Yeah.
who won, and or if
I'm
there's
too nosy
if there's
now.
clips, I'm gonna go ahead and download Hulu and you know what I mean.
But before, no, I'm not gonna lie, I would have never watched that. Like,
Yeah.
It's so much conversation around it now, like, you kind of have to. Like, if it was there, oh yeah, I'm tuning in.
You want to see what this girl's like.
Yeah, I want to see, like, now that I know, like, oh, I'm a peep, like, oh, was she acting crazy here? Oh, like, I like to peep game, feel the scenery out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move from that conversation because I feel like it's sensitive for y'all. Okay, what else is going on?
What else is tea,
Do you think
guys?
Zendaya got married?
Yes, I think she got married. I think she's just, like, She doesn't have to give her
I
business.
feel like if she got married, wouldn't we be able to find like marriage certificates? I don't know
And
how
what if they did
marriage
it out
goes.
the country though?
Can
If they did it out the country,
you do
would
that?
still, right? I don't know. Or would it be like a different marriage certificate that like?
No, I think you could still find it, right?
Yeah, probably legally we'd be able to find it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then I also don't know like. I definitely like people. Some people are saying like Zendaya's like trying to promote her new movie. I just feel like Zendaya has never been like the clout chasing type. I don't think she has to.
No, she doesn't have to.
She does not have to do that. That movie's gonna do well regardless.
Yeah.
And she also wouldn't tell Law, her stylist, to.
Okay, how did you feel when he made that comment? What do you think? I know it's kind of old, but what do you think?
I think he was just goofing around. I don't think it was like, oh, can you go on the red carpet and say, like, no. I think he was just goofing around and kind of made a little conversation. Zendaya probably laughed it off, and so did Tom Holland. That was it, you know? I don't think
Clearly,
it's anything more.
she didn't take it personal because they're still working together.
Yeah.
But,
Imagine she, like, fired him.
No, I think, my honest opinion, I think,
Let's see what else.
I think she's not married.
Okay.
I would bet she's not married.
Which is fair. Because if you're married, why not? You're not going to show off your man.
Pokey Ninja
So
Fun, I
I'd
know
say
you're one of our regulars. Why are you so upset right now?
What are they
Talk to
saying?
us. They said that we're so soft.
Oh, we're soft? Oh.
And shallow, but whoever that is was really
Ooh.
upset by the Taylor Frankie Paul comments. What do you think? So we can read
Tell
your
us.
comments out loud.
Rihanna's alleged house shooter pleads not guilty.
What are your thoughts, ladies?
Yeah, let
Please
us
not
know.
guilty. Rochelle, put in there what she pled not guilty to.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think, speaking of that situation, okay, so Rochelle just dropped in the chat that Rihanna's alleged home shooter pled not guilty. She asked us our thoughts. I don't know exactly the charges, but
Yeah, what exactly is she not?
She allegedly shot up Rihanna's home.
Crazy situation.
And she had been seemingly like obsessed with Rihanna in the days leading, or like the weeks or months or years leading to.
It was a whole lot of posts like online of her.
She thought Rihanna was stalking her. And
it was so much like Rihanna.
Mind you, Rihanna's like having babies every other day. So, stalking is crazy.
She had a picture of Rihanna on her fridge, like in the back of the video. Like, it was kind of giving obsessed.
Emailed her boyfriend or ex or something like that and was like, what did she say? She was like, Rihanna's stalking me.
Yeah, she.
Something crazy.
I don't know exactly what she said.
Like on some voodoo crazy vibes.
Yeah.
I think she is allegedly insane. I think
she's crazy from those videos. I could tell. I was like,
sometimes people really believe things like that.
Yeah.
Like, this person's following my life. This person's doing this.
Yeah, mental health is real. So I don't. But she pled not guilty for attempted murder. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. The shooter not guilty. She had a freaking assault rifle. Yeah, didn't she have like a?
And for the people in the chat, no, I'm not Rihanna. Okay, I'm not Rihanna. Relax. It's
I could,
doppelganger.
I could,
No, just.
It is giving Riri. But yeah,
the
Rihanna,
forehead is definitely giving Riri.
She needs to move, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like because her house.
I'm surprised she's not in a gated community.
Yeah, her house. That's what I was just about to say. Her house is just like kind of out in the open, to where like anybody could. No. And ASAP, I believe ASAP Rocky wasn't home. It was just her and the kids. Not sure where ASAP was. That's a scary situation, especially like. These type of things, like, it would have been a whole different story if she wasn't home. But the fact that she was home with her kids, this could have went a whole different way. And that's very scary to know.
I'm surprised she's not in a gated community. I've never been on one of those, like, celebrity, like, tours that people do. Now, I know we have ours, and you should get your tickets. But I don't think we pull up to people's houses in ours. And the ones that do, like, I actually just saw this girl's TikTok the other day. She claims that she was the first person, even though it was like a bus of tours, they were there when Michael Jackson died, and the ambulance was there.
Oh.
Like, they was on a celebrity tour,
and
they were at his stop, and ambulance were coming, and they literally stopped and watched, him come out on a stretcher. Of course, covered.
Yeah.
I don't know how true her story is.
If that's real, that's crazy. You just witnessed like.
So I thought they do that in Miami too on boat tours. They'll be like, oh, and that's Rick Ross's house, and that's da-da-da.
Okay, I have a take on that.
About Rick Ross?
No, not about Rick Ross. Just about like, I love celebrities, y'all. I work for TMZ. This is like what I do. But can we leave celebrities' houses alone? Like, do we really need to drive by their house and see what it looks like? Like, I don't know. This is just a sense of privacy at some point.
Back in the 90s, they used to have star maps. Like, somebody would be like on Sunset
I remember watching that on Rush Hour. Like star maps, get your star maps. Yeah.
So what's the star of people, of
Where the
celebrities'
people
houses?
lives, yeah. If you go back and watch Rush Hour, I think it's the first one, and Chris Tucker, funny crazy,
Jeez.
but he goes into Chinatown, I think, out here in LA, and he's trying to get information about, hey, who's blowing up all these places, and the guy he gets information from is like, star maps, get your star maps, you'll find out where your favorite celebrity lives.
my
I remember watching it,
God.
and I always remember, I was like, is that real, like star maps? And so you saying that is my confirmation.
Well, that's also different because back then, like, we have Instagram. We can literally see what they're doing. Like, before, it was like you really had to catch these people. So I guess I get wanting to know where your favorite
I guess I
celebrity
wonder
lives.
what the excitement is. Like, oh my God, so-and-so lives there.
Oh my God, they go to sleep and brush
Like,
their
are
teeth.
you...
You know, which is cool. Like, but
Now,
Back in the day, like even in Beverly Hills Flats,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can see the house.
Yeah.
Now if you go to Bel Air, it's all.
but not enough to like drive. I'm not
I
gonna
do,
go past
D-Love,
their
I do
house.
remember MTV Cribs used to love, I get
Oh,
that.
no, that-
I get that, but you
wanna-
can see the inside. You
Yeah.
can see how they pimp my ride, pimp their cribs,
That's
you know?
different.
That was different. Like, oh my God, so-and-so has a flat screen TV in their bathrooms. At that time, who would have thought about that?
Now,
You
that's
know
a
what
whole
I
different
mean?
story.
So MTV Cribs was like, you see the inside, you see the interior decorating, you see how they, you know, pimped it out. You know, I felt like that was different. Seeing the outside, paying $50 to go on a bus tour to see the outside of somebody's crib, you missed me with that.
Yeah.
Okay?
You could look on Zillow now.
I'll buy a whole Fashion Nova outfit with that. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
I did used to love to go on Zillow though and look up mansions in like cities that I would want to
Yes.
live in. And I would just like look at the mansions. But once again, I used to like look at the outside and then look at like the interior and be like, oh, I would decorate it like this. And that.
Yeah, but other than
So
that,
that was different.
they said, what's your favorite Friday movie? What's your favorite Friday movie?
The second one, next Friday.
Yeah.
And mind you, I just moved to LA. I'm dying to go to Rancho Cucamonga and find that purple house.
You know I'm from Rancho Cucamonga?
No, I didn't know that. No, I didn't.
Yeah, y'all. I lived there for like 10 years.
Have you ever seen the purple house? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Okay, I'm a Rancho baby and I don't know the Purple House. It's in Rancho?
No, it's just because she's born in like 2017. So, you
Yeah.
know, it's just because she's
I was a freshman in high
12
school
years
then.
old, okay?
The Purple House? Let's look it up.
Next Friday, look up next Friday Purple House. And next Friday, Day Day and his dad lived in the this purple house in Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, yeah.
And what is his name in Friday? What I'm tripping.
Which one? The cousin?
What's Ice Cube's name in Friday? Why am I tripping? Chat, help me. What's Ice Cube's name in Friday?
They're
I
gonna
can't
be like,
remember.
girl, how you don't know? What's the dude name?
Day Day and Craig.
Craig. Yeah, we love
Craig
Rancho.
went to Rancho Cucamonga because he got in that fight. Because if you watch next Friday, next Friday, Friday after next, they're supposed to be consecutive Fridays. So it's like one Friday.
Yeah.
Then he got in that fight with Devo.
That's the next Friday.
Then the next Friday he had to leave Compton or wherever they were at.
And then they moved to Rancho.
Crenshaw, you know, I'm new to LA. I don't know everything.
Yeah.
Crenshaw, wherever they were at. Compton, and then they went to Rancho Cucamonga. And then the last Friday, I can't remember. Twando probably knows.
Is that the Christmas one?
Yeah. I don't-
That one wasn't that
I don't
good.
remember where they was at, but I do remember that big
Yeah.
donut, and I'm guessing that was
That's
Randy
Randy's,
Donuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love Randy's.
I still never had Randy's. I need to go to Randy's.
Okay, we're gonna have to go to Randy's. I'm not gonna lie.
I never did Randy's. Never did Roscoe and chicken waffles.
What? You've been here for how many months? 7 months?
7 months now.
Oh, you
and
need
I
to go.
haven't gone to these iconic places.
Oh my God, you haven't had Roscoe's yet?
Yes,
Oh
but I hear
my
Roscoe's isn't
God.
the same as it used to be back in the day. So
Don't ask me.
I'm not rushing.
I love Roscoe's.
I said
You
palm.
have to go to the original. 'Cause I think they
Where is that at?
The original, is it on Sunset?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Roscoe's is.
still there,
What's up, official John Charles Aguilar? How are you doing?
Don't wanna.
Somebody says Palm Beach. Pete, let's talk about it. Come on, you can walk through. Come on, you don't gotta go around.
I go behind them.
Come on, it's a long walk.
Oh wait. Palm Beach feet.
Holy moly donut shop. I see you,
Sweet.
Brandon.
Travis.
Palm Beach Pete, y'all are funny. That man looked
That
just
man,
like
he looked just.
Epstein.
Yeah, when I saw him, I'm not gonna lie, I was
Just-
like, he alive.
Harvey and Charles interviewed him last week. If you haven't looked at, go to TMZ.com and type in Palm Beach Pete, and if you haven't known, he looks
Even
just
they
like
were spooked, y'all.
Epstein. You just like blink and you like, or you like a little far away, it's a little blur. You can't tell the difference.
He
I'll
looked
tell
just,
you.
especially that driving video that went viral. Oh my God.
Man.
Like I feel like up close, I was able to be like, okay. Yeah,
And
he is-
it's kind of like me and Rihanna, but
oh my God.
sorry. Sorry.
It's like me and like, who I look like? I don't look like nobody. I don't know.
You don't. I'll
Beyonce?
figure something.
I'm just kidding.
You do kind of. You could be you could play a younger
wish.
Beyonce in a movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
You could.
Oh, you know.
Okay.
If I had some curly blonde hair. What's the
You
Christmas
could.
special? Rancho Cucamonga's where Bring It On was. Yes, I do know that. Yeah, Bring It On was also.
Oh, wait, Bring It On was at the
It's not the first. It was one of those Bring It
at
Ons.
Crenshaw High School.
Yeah,
It
and
filmed.
then it was one of the Bring It Ons was. Yeah.
Someone said Star Maps was really real in the 70s.
That's so crazy.
That is crazy.
Doja Cat. Wait.
You know what? I can't chat. Let's talk about it. And she won't even know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, and I
bet I'm gonna know.
caught the tail end of this. They used to have this really big, thick book, Yellow Pages, with people's legit numbers in them.
Oh,
My mom was in a Yellow Page, and I remember I used to get geeked looking up her name. I'm not gonna put her on blast, but looking up her name and finding her number and be like, wow, that's really our number. I used to thought we were famous. I thought we were famous.
You thought it was like a magazine, like, oh my God.
Chat, if you remember Yellow Pages and your number was in there, how do you feel now? Because that is crazy to know, like, anybody could have access to your number. Was it like local or was it like
It was regional.
regional?
Like LA County.
Okay, so it would just be.
Even being in a place like, now we were in small old Clarksville, Tennessee. Being in a place like LA County and all of LA
Facts.
County knows your home phone number, because it was home phone back then. I don't think it was cells.
And I think it's white pages for like residential people.
Okay, white pages.
Oh.
Someone said, Jared says it was the white pages. Okay, I'm telling you, that was the end. That was like me, young years.
I'm so weak.
We would just deliver that to every.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Everybody would just get it on their doorstep.
For
would be-
free?
I wouldn't want to turn no pages to find nobody's phone number.
Having the
I'm
whole
so happy
city's
when I did that.
numbers locked in, like it was a Rolodex for
Yeah.
free?
Have you
Like,
even seen the payphone?
no,
I haven't either.
Really?
Never seen a payphone.
never seen it.
No. I want to go to London to see a payphone.
Yeah.
I know they're out there in London.
I do want to.
Um,
Wow. Okay, they saying Stacey Dash.
They're laughing. They're like, it was the white pages, not the yellow pages.
I'm so weak. The
I
what?
remember MySpace. Did you ever have a MySpace?
No, I didn't have MySpace.
Because she was
Nah.
born in
When did-
2024.
No, literally. When did MySpace like not exist no
Is
more?
yours still good?
No, I keep trying to look it
Right.
up, and I still have the link because like I put the link in my Facebook page, and I try to look it up, and it's like no.
I had Kick.
All right.
Kick, Pinterest. What else? Uvu.
No.
And then Instagram. I was around by the
See,
time.
I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 98, but people claim that's not a
Dang, you were
90s
born
baby.
98? No, that's not. That's a end of 90s baby. I guess I'm
I
not
don't
the right
appreciate
person.
the
to-
dang.
No, I was just like 90. Like,
was the dang
I
about?
wish I was. No, I wish I was a 90s baby. First of all, 03. I'd rather be born in like 2000.
You heard the dang, didn't you, Chad?
98
I heard
is
that
like.
dang.
That's a solid. Like, oh, I was born in 98. Yeah, 03. Whack. Whoa, gorgeous
Anyway.
woman at TMZ. Thanks. Everyone's saying I look like Stacey Dash.
I was born 98 was the year Google was made. But I'm a couple months older than Google.
Dang.
I think it was Google, or was it AOL? Or was it Yahoo? It was one of them. Yeah. I do remember my mom used to have, your mom might have done this, the Yahoo chats, the Yahoo messengers.
Oh,
The early ages of social media
Yeah.
were
My mom
so
probably had that.
adorable. I'm trying to remember what, my first thing was probably MySpace.
I wish I had MySpace.
First email. What was that, like Hotmail or
Mine was AOL.
AOL?
Yeah. So if mine was AOL, then
It was either Yahoo or AOL.
yeah.
It was either Yahoo or AOL.
I had AOL up until I went to college, y'all.
And I remember, was it Skype? But something was before Skype, right?
Uvu?
Skype? No, I think that was kind of the first.
Yeah,
like,
Skype might have been the
video
Was it Skype?
Yeah. Skype
Okay.
was first.
Otherwise, it was like business to business, and it was like Cisco or something like that. Like,
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
wasn't on computer.
Okay. Okay.
They said the yellow pages had coupons. There was coupons in there. Okay, you know that? I'll take that. You know.
Let me tell you something first of all, okay? I'm about to school you, okay? And you can chime in because you probably school me. But, these newspapers used to get dropped off. Everybody's full life used to be in a newspaper. You could find a job in a newspaper. You could, and it was crazy, the concept of newspapers, because they came out the next day. So
Dang.
Taylor Frankie Paul would have came out the next day. And now it wouldn't be no video, obviously.
Yeah, it
but
would be.
The news of it would have came
Written
out
out.
the next day. To think now, like, if we're like a few hours
That's
from
a
the
big-
story, we're late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're late
Everything's so
to it.
instant now.
Everything's so instant.
And I don't even think like a newspaper would even cover something like that.
No, it wouldn't.
So many of the bigger stories.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even cover the little stuff like that.
Even when I think of like TMZ, the concept of just celebrity news.
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
think
like
they're...
TMZ was probably just the first, because like who was
No,
like
it had
of course
to be.
like newspapers. You know, the idea came from somewhere. Like people would cover like Paris Hilton and
But just
in that
straight
era,
celebrity news?
You know, but just like okay, we're gonna cover celebrity news 24/7 all day, every day, and it's gonna be successful. And 20 years later, it is.
TMZ ate that,
Right.
ate that one little thing up.
Right.
You're late now. What? Remember Penny Saver? You know what Penny Saver is? What is?
It's like
Penny.
a Craigslist.
You know what? I don't. You know what?
okay, okay.
Chat. If you're, if you know what this is, I don't know what this is. I still don't know. Understand the concept of pagers. Are we done?
Yeah.
If y'all
All right,
can drop in the
guys.
chat what pagers are,
Yeah.
I'll go and read them.
Educate
I
us
had a great
about-
time, you guys. Thank you so
Good thing.
much.
Educate us about
Yes.
pagers, y'all. We're about to get started shortly. Hope you guys enjoyed me and Kay's little session. But yeah, guys, we're about to get started. Wendy Williams. How's Wendy Williams? Haven't heard about her. I don't know. Let's go in here, guys.
Yeah.
We will get started soon. Yes. All right, guys. Oh my God. So, Macy Matt. Yes, we'll be doing an interview shortly, guys. We're about to be getting started. Another day. Hello, Harvey.
Morning.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Hello.
No. Certainly that they'd have an issue with because that's basically abortion. Yeah. Scientific beliefs. That's going against the Bible. Some, right?
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking fire and brimstone. Morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
We're going to talk about something really, really interesting right now, something the Pope is concerned about. And then I want to talk to you guys about Outa, because this is catching some fire, and we're going to talk about that.
Don't say fire.
Right.
Don't get out of order, excuse me.
I'm telling you, there's a movement afoot. Okay, here we go.
I didn't get an answer, guys. Is anyone in the... Hey, Tawanda? Pronounce. That's what I would think.
Can I see too?
Father Dan.
Okay, I'll listen to you.
That's Father Dan.
Can we say it? Can we say hello?
Hey, Father Dan, how you doing? It's Charles and
Good.
Harvey. Can you hear us?
I can hear you perfect.
Thank you
Great.
so much.
Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
This is really, really interesting.
It can be.
So we are ready to go if you are.
I'm ready.
Here we
All
go.
right.
Thanks again. Okay.
Yep. So the Pope had a meeting with some priests from around the world who have a concern. I guess you could look at this as the popes went to, the priests went to the Pope looking for some backup because they say that there is a rise of occultism and Satanism around the world and that they are seeing an increase in the number of exorcisms. So a group of priests who are experts, who are actual exorcists, it's called the International Association of Exorcists. And they met with the Pope earlier this month. We're just now finding out about this meeting and what they were asking the Pope for, what they say is needed around the world. So joining us now, someone who knows about, has actually performed exorcisms. That is Father Dan Rehill. He's also the host of his own podcast, Battle Ready Podcast. And he is joining us now. Father Dan, welcome to TMZ Live.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
We appreciate it. So let's start just maybe educating us a little bit, because personally I'm confused that there is this alarm over exorcisms and Satanism, but with exorcisms, that's something that's done. You do it. So what's the concern the priests have, and what was addressed with the Pope?
Okay, I was not in that meeting, so I can't tell you what was actually addressed. I think the concern of the exorcist was, number one, there's a rise in evil, and when there's a rise in evil, there's a rise in possessions, okay? The more people are curious about the occult and witchcraft, New Age, all these practices, the more they're opening doors to allow demons to possess them. And that becomes a problem for the general population of the church because there's only so many exorcists that can do the rite of exorcism. And I think one of their concerns was they wanted every diocese to be assigned at least one exorcist. That was one of the requests. Because sadly, there are many dioceses that don't have an exorcist, and those people just suffer and have no real place to turn to be liberated.
So, Father, you are a priest in the Diocese of Nashville.
Correct.
In your area, have you seen what the concern that was brought to the Pope? Have you seen an increase in the number of exorcisms you're doing?
Lately, no. In fact, we're having sort of a revival of the faith down here in Tennessee. There's an uprising of a lot of people coming into the church, record numbers, in fact. But I'll tell you, when I did see a surge, that was during COVID. During COVID, the cases tripled. And I think that was primarily because the churches were shut down. People were locked up at home with idle time on their hands to do nothing but get into mischief. And the cases skyrocketed. So,
Again, and I apologize for my ignorance here. I'm still confused because there are two things going on. One is the rise of Satanism, which apparently was addressed, which to me is not so much saying I need an exorcism as much as I embrace the devil. I mean, in a way. So those two things are at odds, that there's a rise in people who have that embodied in them and want it exercised versus people who then embrace what's inside of them. So I'm hearing two things that seem polar opposites to me.
Okay, so there are a small group of people who directly want to worship the devil. That's not a large group. But then there's people that dabble with witchcraft and New Age practices, thinking that they're kind of playing with something. Maybe it's sort of like a hobby, and then they do get attacked by the demons. And then when they're in trouble, they seek exorcism. And even the ones who are in it for the long haul, who want power, and so they're participating in these demonic rites, eventually the devil turns on them. And that's when they need help. And when they need help is when they turn up on the doorstep of the church.
So what are the signs? I think some people watching this, Father, will say, does the devil really exist? And some people will say, does God exist? What evidence would you, if someone were to pose that question to you, you've performed exorcisms. What evidence would you say you've seen to say that, yes, the devil exists?
Okay, the classic three would be superhuman strength, remarkable strength that is not of this world, knowledge of hidden things they couldn't know, and an aversion to holy objects. If you see those things in any combination, that generally we would say there's probably a demonic presence there. It's sometimes difficult to discern the difference between that and, say, a mental illness. But I've had cases of people who levitated off the couch, and so it was clearly not a mental illness.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely not mental illness when you see that. I mean, that's the classic thing that you see in Hollywood. It's what we saw in the film The Exorcist. How often do you see that level where you are, as you said, seeing someone levitating?
It's rare because of all the cases that cross my desk, out of every, say, 100, maybe one has actual possession. And of those, maybe 10% manifest in those really hyperbolic ways that are there more for the drama of getting the attention of anybody in the room. But typically, you don't see all those things come together in one person.
You mentioned a surge in evil, and that somehow aligns with what ultimately becomes the need for an exorcism. This surge for evil is interesting because there are a lot of people who say the roots are not in the devil as much as they are in politics and in, the social diatribes that you hear all over the place. So how do you distinguish a surge in evil from the kind of toxic world that we're now living in and something that is otherworldly?
Well, the devil, he hates mankind, but he doesn't have the ability to directly kill us. He'd need permission from God to do that. So he uses people to accomplish his mission. And you could say he's the original influencer right from the beginning. And he influences people to do terrible things. And that's where the real problem is for people that aren't connected to God, they're easy targets to pick off by the devil.
But maybe I didn't make my point as clear as I wanted to, is that there are a lot of people now, half the country points to the other half as being evil and vice versa.
People say a lot of awful things about each other.
And there is that kind of toxic world where you do demonize somebody that you disagree with now. So how are you distinguishing between that and somebody who is possessed?
Yeah, well, possession would be at the very end of the spectrum. But in the beginning, there's temptation. And then after temptation, we would say there's an obsession and then oppression and then vexations and things. So I would say when we're seeing this much division's the calling card of Lucifer. Division, public nudity. There's certain things you could see in the culture where you say, well, this is being influenced by demonic minions. And I think our culture is riddled with it because I think a lot of the culture is not tied to any kind of formal worship of God.
I'm sure you're familiar with this new version of Satanism where it embodies
the modern Satanism.
Yeah.
Because we were looking this up just to figure out what the priests were talking to the Pope about. But modern Satanism says that people embrace compassion, justice, bodily autonomy, freedom, scientific beliefs, and fallibility.
Democrats.
So that's what some people would look at that and say that it's like they're describing Democrats. But I don't know if modern Satanism is something, do you view that as something different?
Is that the Satanic Church?
It's, what was this sort? It was like the modern Satanic Church or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, well, if they're going to use Satan's name in their title, they have to know what he's about. And he's not about freedom. He's about bondage. So almost everything they're listing there is kind of an inversion of what the truth is.
Oh, so you're saying
so it's both. You're saying this is bogus.
They list. You're saying basically they list it like that as a sales pitch to get more people.
They could. I mean, he is the father of lies.
I got to say,
Yeah,
we're out of time. But what I find really fascinating is, I have my own personal beliefs, and even people who are not religious, they're drawn to people like you. You're almost that bridge between non-believers and believers, because even if you're a non-believer, you're fascinated by the things you do. So we really appreciate you coming on today. I'm
eye-opening.
I'm in one of those camps, and I'm still really interested in this.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Father.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
That is an interesting point you made about modern Satanism, that they list these things. Because when you look at it, a lot of people would look at that list and go like,
Democrats.
well, but no, the other thing is, it's a sales pitch he's saying that, yeah, you look at this and you go like, well, this stuff isn't bad. You know what? I'm down with them. And then suddenly you're signed up and you're going to meetings at the modern Church of Satanism.
There is a cult that advertises on TV that does exactly the same thing.
Yo.
I'm just saying.
Hey, man. Dude.
Okay, let's talk Outa for a minute. So I did this thing today for YouTube. I'm so outraged that, there are TSA workers. They make $35,000, $45,000, $55,000 a year, and they haven't been paid for 6 months, six weeks, and we're coming up on April 1st. Rent is due, utility payments are due, car payments are due. They're living hand to mouth. They haven't recovered from the last shutdown in late last year, where for 5 weeks they didn't get paid. And so with that backdrop, frickin' Congress is going on recess beginning next week for 2 weeks. So they're going on these vacations with their kids during spring break as people are losing their apartments. And that's why I'm talking about AUTA, that we shouldn't say that's okay. And what are you going to do? If you just say, well, I'm going to support my party, that doesn't work because both parties are not able to reach any kind of compromise. And that's why people are losing their livelihoods right now. So if both sides can't do it, then what do? Are you just going to vote for the person you like? Well, everybody's going to do that, and we're going to have the same Congress in November and January, and then it's going to be the same. So the only thing to do is something radical. And the radical thing to do is to throw them all out. And even the ones you like, and say, we want a new group, and we want to create an expectation that they are going to either run the government in a functional way or we'll throw them out too. But to create that expectation. And by the way, if you do that, these guys are going to immediately say, oh, we get it now, and they'll come to some agreement because they don't want to lose their livelihoods. Their livelihoods are what they care about way more than your livelihood, and that's fact. And so that's why I keep pushing this thing, and I sound like a nag about AUTA, that we need to do something radical. Thomas Jefferson said that a little rebellion now and then is a good thing. This is the time. This is the time for a rebellion. And to say the power is in us, not them. They can't do it. I'm old enough to remember all the decades where they could do it. And they can't do it now. And if they can't do it now, it's not that it can't be done, because it can, because it was. So why don't we throw them all out and start fresh and make it clear to the new people that if they don't run this government as opposed to running it into the ground the way they have with, a $39 trillion debt and these TSA agents who can't survive, then I give up. I don't see democracy working. I think democracy is dead if we don't do something. So that's kind of why I'm raising this.
Core issues is that people just are too stubborn to change. Like they won't change their minds because they're stubborn. This is something.
People aren't stubborn. They're alienated. People are just. I don't even think it's, that they don't care. I think they just don't feel power anymore. That they just look and say, what am I going to do? Well, you can do something. And it's not just voting for the person you like, because the person you like, frankly, is not getting the job done. None of them are. It's not the Democrats' fault, and it's not the Republicans' fault. It's all their faults. And we got to regain the power.
Just asking, what do you think about Delta suspending the services to Congress?
Good for
members?
Delta.
Yeah.
Good for Delta. And they're not all they're doing is they're not giving them preferential treatment in line, which they shouldn't do. And they should stand in a line in Houston for 4 hours the way everybody else is. But this is outrageous. And again, I'm not talking about the flying public. I'm talking about the guys who are screening your bags, who are going to have to pay rent next week. What do you say to them? How do they pay rent? If I went to you and I said, I'm not going to pay you for 5 weeks, you quit.
I wouldn't, as soon as not pay, I wouldn't even figure out for how long. I'm not.
Would you come to work without pay if I said I'll pay you eventually?
Harvey,
She'd quit. Yeah. She'd quit. And she should. Why are we accepting this?
Absolutely.
Why are we accepting this?
Someone said, but hey, we're getting a ballroom.
Yeah, we're getting, look, and it's
not funny, but
can I tell you something? It's not even so much about Trump. Views on Trump are cemented now. So that it's not about him. It's about Congress. And they are not functioning. And we've got to change that.
Switch spots.
And it's in the whole concept of democracy is that the people rule. It's not the politicians. We don't have kings, at least in theory, and Congress answers to the people. It's why the House of Representatives gets elected every 2 years, because they want accountability. Well, let's get some accountability finally, and let's vote them all out. even the ones you like. I like my congressman, but I'm going to vote against him. I like the guy, actually, but we've got to do something radical. And yeah, maybe the slate that's coming up in June is not ideal. We got to live with that. I mean, it's not perfect, but we've got to make a statement. And if you don't make the statement and say, okay, well, I support the Democrats on this because I think we should fund ICE, we should fund TSA separate from ICE. And the Republicans say, no, it's all got to be done at once. And you take a side. Guess what? The sides you're taking aren't compromising. So you're going to get nothing. And these guys are going to be the victims. They're going to lose their apartments. They're going to have their utilities shut off. They're going to lose car insurance.
Are you not scared if you said you like your congressman right now, but you're going to vote for someone else? Are you not scared that someone else you vote for is still not going to do?
I just said yes, but this time they know going in that we'll vote them out if they don't compromise. I mean, you've got to reset it. And again, I think if we really believe this, these guys are going to find Jesus. And they're going to suddenly, oh, yeah, maybe we can compromise because now their hide's on the line.
Right. It's all great.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
Well,
Let's switch
I know.
guys.
Sorry. I know.
This is important.
Fired up. I get it. Still got to get the
Brendan
show.
and Alexa.
Nonetheless.
So, what are we? What are our beats here?
Brendan, you're in this too, right? You don't want to be?
The other incident.
No, we want you in it. You kidding me? Can you use that mic?
Need a mic for Brendan, guys.
So what are the beats we're doing?
New incident, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything really good on the body cam to?
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just do these two. Okay, here we go. Third incident, right?
Yep.
Okay. Huh? Yeah, exactly.
That's a very good
exactly.
point.
That's the point. Here we go. Welcome to TMZ Live. There is yet another criminal investigation involving Taylor Frankie Paul over alleged domestic violence with her baby daddy, Dakota.
Yeah, no shocker that this one also involves Dakota Mortensen, who is the guy who was her boyfriend when she went on that attack in 2023, throwing the bar stools at him.
So this
apparently in 2024 there was another incident, which would now be the third since 2023.
He waited a long time before reporting it, but apparently we are told that he has video of this incident. It happened at his house in a nearby community, and he's saying Taylor went after him yet again and has submitted that to the police, and the police have an open investigation. Although, the one thing we don't know right now that I think is really interesting is when did they really look at this seriously? Was it long before or after this video came out that we posted last week?
When did the police start looking into the 2024 incident?
That's right. Were they? Was it just sitting there and then all of a sudden they said, crap, we got to do something now because this other video came out? Or were they looking at it all along?
Well, it actually sounds like they didn't really get word of the 2024 incident until Dakota, late February, we're told, went in and proposed these allegations to cops. So it did happen back in 2024, but he's not coming clean about it all, or at least, making the allegations until very recently.
So why is that?
That is significant.
Why did he wait?
It's unclear, maybe because now
I'm with
the ball's rolling.
You said it was late February when he went.
Yeah.
So remember, we know that also in February, the last week of February, was when the alleged incident happened with Taylor, where the two consecutive nights that they were hanging out together, both nights ended in one or the other, depending on who you talk to, attacking
sure.
the other.
So he's saying...
And the police are investigating those two incidents.
Because Dakota actually went to the police on that
Right.
one, so it's sort of like he's now unloading and saying, and this
Exactly.
also happened.
Right.
So the question is, so now we have 3 incidents that we know of. You think there are 3 incidents and only 3 incidents with these 2?
I mean, we've known from talking to people that have hung out with them for years that this relationship has always been extremely toxic. And they know both of them know it's very toxic, but yet they always come back to each other. So, I mean, in my opinion, I believe there could be other incidents.
There could be others that,
We know
for whatever
there's-
reason, they didn't report at the time.
Right.
Right.
But now he, and also she, I mean, Taylor could also be thinking back about incidents and going, well, wait a second, maybe I want to report that.
There are 2 things going on here, though. One is that there are independent investigations. In a way, the bigger thing is she is on probation right now for what happened in 2023.
Right.
If there is another incident where she did the same thing that got her convicted the first time around, or at least where she pled guilty, they could violate her probation. She pled guilty to a felony.
Aggravated assault.
And she could end up in prison because of these other 2 incidents if the judge believes that she was the aggressor in this. So she has a lot on the line.
We should say for her part, she at least 3 weeks ago, or now almost 4 weeks ago, she says he's the one who attacked her.
Now, with all that said,
The other thing that I was thinking about now that we've learned about this incident today, this new one, is last week we reported she had lost custody of the kid until at least April 7th when they have to go back to court. He has the kid for now, right? Because of all the probation stuff.
Dakota
Correct.
has, yeah.
So does this new incident that the public now know about, does that set her back even more or even further back with not getting access to the kid?
Well, he didn't mention when he got the restraining order, right? Because this is because of the restraining order, she
Right.
can't see the kid. He didn't mention that 2024 incident in his restraining order.
Correct.
but the thing is, if he has custody now, this is the second time she's lost custody because in
Of
the
her other kids with Tate.
Right.
with Tate,
She also lost. Temporarily.
Tate went to court and said she's not suitable to be a parent right now, and they agreed. Her lawyer agreed that custody would be yanked from her, and that she'd have to do alcohol ed and other things in order to regain custody. So this would be the second time.
Right.
Yeah.
And we are told that there is video of this 2024 incident. So if it's anything like that 2023 incident, I'm sure.
Now get this. Now get this. She's getting paid for the Bachelorette.
all that being said, everything we just said, and we were wondering why she seemed so lighthearted and that she was out and about in Utah. She's still getting paid, even though ABC is not airing the Bachelorette at this point.
Which, I mean, it makes sense, though, too, because essentially she would have completed all her contractual agreements, right? She filmed the show in its entirety, minus, I mean, a reunion that I think they do after she picks her guy. But she was promoting the show up until the day we broke the video on the internet.
Well, and also, she didn't violate the contract. I mean, she was an open book. They all knew what she had done.
Right.
They just rolled the dice.
They don't have a leg to stand on if they didn't want to pay her.
No, they got to pay her. The last thing ABC wants is for Taylor to sue ABC, and then they lose that in addition to the show.
Another thing that we also know that we're working on is that production for Mormon Wives, right? That has been the big question. We broke the story that they halted production, and one of the big factors was the fact that the cast members didn't feel comfortable continuing to film with the allegations that had been leveraged. We're now learning that the production company can't move forward until these investigations are all closed up.
Well, that could take months and months and months.
In addition, we're also being told by the people that we've spoken to close to the production that they're uncertain how, do they move forward with the show without her if she didn't return?
Yeah, but she's the star of the show.
There's so many factors that are at play. This show is not filming for a long time.
Well, season 5 isn't coming back for a long
time.
Right. I may not even be here.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Vaughn. I'm coming in from Los Angeles. Everything I've learned about this woman has been against my will. Like, I feel like I know more about her than my own family members at this point. But the whole thing is just really sad. Like, the body cam footage, I just feel like I'm watching something I shouldn't be seeing.
Which, by the way, is why you're watching it.
Yeah, I do think she deserves to get paid for The Bachelorette. Like, she put in all that work, and speaking from firsthand experience, it's a lot of work to film that show. But I do think that the producers know everything that's going on.
Back
so,
this
like,
up. Back this up.
Yeah.
What
Were
first-hand
you,
experience?
Were you on
I was
a
on
season
Matt
of The
James'
Bachelor?
season.
You were
yeah,
what?
I was on Matt James' season.
Matt James. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Ah, she was one of the suitors for.
Huh.
I
Wait,
was,
is he a
yeah. I
suitor?
wasn't. I didn't do anything
Suitorette?
TMZ worthy. Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. The producers, everyone involved knows exactly who they're working with and what they're dealing with. So I just feel like everyone's trying to save face right now. Like, they know who it is. They didn't need to. They don't cancel the show because people are scared. Like, they're just doing it to save face.
All right.
Okay. That was good. We could end up at thank God. Okay. What are we doing as A2?
Savannah.
Okay. Where is our camera?
He's coming around.
Where are they?
He's right there. Ow. Yes. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh. I got to get somebody younger to do this.
Shut up.
Not yet.
You know what?
So what are you guys
Lunch
thinking
folks.
about this?
Wow.
What are you thinking about this?
Ah, man, the people, they're thinking it's gonna air.
No, it's not going to air. It is not going to air.
They're saying it's already leaked somehow.
No.
It hasn't leaked.
Yeah, and it's not going to air, I'm telling you. I know, I've been seeing this too. It is not going to air.
Yeah. Some people are saying, do you think there's going to be potential domestic violence claims against him as well that'll eventually come out?
Well, the word we get is he's no angel. And also, he's not just, I don't know what he did, but it's very unusual for somebody to sit there and say, I'll just be a punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
So she's made plenty of claims against him.
Yeah.
I mean, these two should separate. I mean,
They can't. They have the kids together. How do you go
This is a clear
forward
trauma
with
bond,
the
though.
kid? How do you go forward?
well, here's what you do. You can have handoffs with an intermediary, but you don't keep getting back together. It's one thing to deal with the kid. It's another thing
Yeah,
that the
that's
two of them
true.
keep getting back together, and it's nuts. It's nuts.
I'm not gonna say what
Yeah, they're saying
Nuts.
clearly a trauma bond. They say you're going to have random guys coming out of the woodwork trying to cash in, accusing Taylor of domestic violence abuse.
Well,
Wow.
you know what? That may or may not happen, but right now it's all Dakota. Okay, let's do B lunch.
Yeah, lunch. See, I got you, Anakin.
Let's do, how's this? Salmon or tortilla soup with chicken.
Ah,
Ooh.
How's that?
What y'all think, chat? What should Harvey eat for lunch?
I know what I'm voting for.
Not gonna lie.
You can't vote.
Salmon.
I vote every day.
Well, you shouldn't vote.
I vote every day.
First of all, you shouldn't
I vote
vote.
every day.
No, that's rigging. It's like when you have a
Harvey,
contest.
you should want me to vote.
People
I
in
vote
the-
for the things you want.
No, I know, but people who are involved in the company that is throwing a contest shouldn't be voting.
I feel like
But
a lot
they're
of
not
people.
winning
I feel,
anything.
yeah, I'm
There's
not,
no
yeah.
problem with her
Can't
voting.
say.
And I feel like I'm
Can't
not
say
the
my
only
vote,
one in
guys.
here that votes.
And
If
I'm-
you vote for Harvey's lunch, clap your hands.
Okay, when I said shit sandwich,
No,
See,
nobody.
there's 3 claps.
Nobody
Okay.
cares.
Woo! We clap for Harvey's lunch.
did
Nobody
you
cares.
vote for the shit sandwich last time?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Shit
Well, see,
sandwich.
I try to help you out.
Okay,
Anywho,
let's do Savannah.
you guys come here.
Okay, who's doing this?
Brendan.
Okay. How long's the SOT? Okay.
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 Savannah Guthrie is absolutely. We were or you were?
Okay.
Savannah Guthrie is absolutely tormented by the thoughts of what her mother went through the night she was abducted, and she's speaking out about it in really painful detail in an interview that she has done with NBC. Clearly, she is thinking about returning at some point. There's a report that she's going to come back in April, but she sat down with Hoda Kotb, who's been sitting in for Savannah while she's out, and talked about these thoughts that haunt her every night.
Someone needs to do the right thing. We are in agony.
Yeah.
We are in agony. It is unbearable. And to think of what she went through. I wake up every night, in the middle of the night, every night. And in the darkness, I imagine her terror, and I will not hide my face. That she needs to come home now.
Yes.
What really strikes me about this and the power of this is that when a case goes cold and everybody kind of forgets, because this was front page news until
For
it
a
wasn't,
month,
with
yeah.
the war and all, and it is just as raw for
Savannah.
Savannah and the family.
That's what this,
and you
this
see
reminds the public of.
and you see it. And then the question, when she comes back, you know, there are people in our office who were saying in our morning meeting, how does she come back? How does she do something light? You know, this is called life, where, you know, she's going to have this grief until they get some resolution. But at the same time, most people don't paralyze themselves. I don't think she's going to.
I'm actually surprised I mean, just the timing of the interview, maybe she wanted to speak out now, but I'm actually surprised they're not saving this for when she returns to the show.
That'll happen too.
You think they'll do
Oh,
another?
Oh, yeah.
Because I kind of thought, like, obviously it's been reported that their ratings have been through the roof since her mom went missing. I think they're up like some 30% or something. So, I mean, obviously this is going to grab even more people. So,
But I think, I mean, yes, obviously that is a benefit that NBC could have.
Yeah.
I think for Savannah, sitting down to do it now. And by the way, that just a clip they released today. The full interview airs, I think, Thursday and Friday. It's 2 parts. But the reason for her to do this is exactly what you said. This gets not only the public thinking about it again, there's one person out there that she's trying to impact, one person who knows something and wants that person to see what she and her family are going through, and that maybe they soften and maybe they finally go to authorities. They tell somebody what they know.
We have talked to the FBI for a long time in this case, and they are confident. It may be a month, it may be 6 months. Somebody's going to go to a bar somewhere, and they are going to talk to a bartender after having a couple of drinks, and it's going to unlock things. And obviously, you know, Savannah even said weeks ago that it would take a miracle for her mom to still be alive. And I think people kind of understand that. But you need closure.
Yeah.
And the FBI is really confident here that even though they can't solve it now, somebody is going to say something that will unlock this.
Hi, my name is Rosie, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. And honestly, the update of there being no update about Miss Nancy is kind of crazy. It is tough seeing Miss Nancy, seeing Savannah and her family go through this really tough time, especially since it's been about 51 days since Miss Nancy's had her medication. So I can completely understand them wanting some closure, and especially like what she did this morning, or when's going to come out about her having another interview to bring it towards the limelight, since it's kind of dimmed down. So I can completely understand why she did it, and it puts this whole thing into perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So sad. Okay.
Can we go to cam 1 for the stream?
My camera for the stream, my camera. Swipe.
You're
Someone
the
asked, do you
stream?
think that, do you think Savannah and family regret not paying the ransom?
I don't no. They didn't. What they did or didn't do,
it wouldn't have made,
was for a reason.
And the reason they didn't is they clearly felt there was not going to be any benefit from it. The money would have just been.
I'll be honest. I'm confused by a couple of things here, but at the same time, I don't know as much as her family does. You know, and we were dealing with authorities, and there were a couple of things that confused me. But again, that doesn't mean that I'm seeing this right, because they're not telling us everything. So, you know, I am confused about a couple of things.
Yeah. Someone asked, do you think this case would get the same attention if Savannah wasn't involved?
No. Of course not. This happens to thousands of people in this country every year.
Yeah.
Every year. And, you know, this is just...
Some of the cases rise to get national attention for whatever reason, but most of them don't. But certainly when there's someone as famous as Savannah, and yeah, of course it is.
So since that's the case, do you think that more media figures should be involved in cases like this, or kind of stay neutral?
It's not that she's a media figure involved. She's a victim.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
It's not that it's just a famous person.
Her
She's the
mother.
victim.
Yeah.
And it's really tragic. And you watch her and you just think, God, because she's got to come back. I mean, she can't.
Savannah.
What is she gonna?
Right.
She can't sit in a house.
Right.
People are
Forever.
saying the FBI probably advised them not to pay. Just likely.
Oh yeah, the FBI.
Yeah, most likely.
Is they're helping.
Definitely.
They're guiding them.
We have a few people in here that feel like this was a hoax, a setup, that this was done to boost
There's
Savannah's
no limit
career.
to what people will
This was
predict
fake.
conspiracy theories
Yeah.
on.
Dumb.
It's just
Dumb.
no matter what it is.
What are we doing as
There's
C?
always some group of people will be like,
We're
nope,
gonna
it's
be
a hoax.
What is?
theorists.
Puka.
Oh, okay. Are we going to Babcock?
You
Yes,
are.
we are.
Donuts.
Come on, folks. Not everything is a freaking conspiracy theory. Sometimes bad shit really happens. Oh, man. Oh, I just want to sweep the legs so bad. I just want to.
Anakin?
Sit down.
Hey.
Hey!
No, I can do better. Here we go. Go back.
Oh! Wow, he's lost it.
Yeah, I lost it.
Definitely lost it.
Wait, before
One
we
more.
move on, someone did ask a question. They said, why was, oh my God, why was John Benet Ramsey and the Madeline
Because she
Not
was
on
this
case,
cute
not-
beauty contestant because
No,
that's
what
what
was the
used to
question?
happen.
You
basically,
didn't get
why
the-
wasn't she found?
Oh, why wasn't she found?
Well, John Benet was found.
Yeah, she was found. They never named the killer.
Okay. I'm off today. Okay.
The ball needs some air.
Pressure.
It's flat.
Okay.
High pressure situation.
It was high pressure. Okay. Shit.
You sure you want to try one more?
Okay, where's Anakin?
Anakin. Little redemption. Come on.
Okay.
You got this.
We'd never
Okay, stay.
actually get
Like
this
we do
segment
this
done
every
if you
day.
didn't get this right.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, we're done.
You
we're
see?
done.
You
We're
see?
done.
This is.
TMZ
Oh
live.
my.
I know, Janet. I'm sorry.
Shannon, it was
That was
Anakin's
Anakin's
fault,
fault.
really.
Yeah, Anakin.
It was Anakin's
Yeah,
fault.
that was.
The ball was
catches
there.
that.
You didn't catch it.
Anakin's no Puka.
Oh,
God.
Okay.
Good job, guys. All right. all
Puka
right.
denies these allegations in the strongest possible terms.
Okay, here we go.
We will be filing a defamation lawsuit and pursuing all available legal remedies in response to these false, damaging statements.
Okay.
Jerry Jones' attorney.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Levi McCaffrey.
Huh.
He's a Dallas guy.
You don't know these Texas guys. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's very,
Well, this is interesting.
Okay.
NFL superstar Puka Nacua, wide receiver for the Rams. Well, he had a very interesting New Year's Eve, hanging out with some group of people, including a young woman. And she has now said that during that celebration that night, Puka did two things. Bit her, and by the way, she has some evidence, she says, of bite marks. You can, very intense bite marks, but also that during their conversation that night, he said something horribly anti-Semitic, blank the Jews. Now,
One of those is a crime.
she has now, yes, well, depending on who he said it to, the other one could be a crime too. But anyway, she is now filed, in addition to going to police with this, she has filed a lawsuit against him, and Puka is talking about filing a lawsuit of his own.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Charles. So Puka has vowed to file a defamation lawsuit against the woman. Now,
This is his lawyer.
This is his lawyer,
Puka
Levi
denies these
McCaffrey.
allegations in the strongest possible terms.
Here's what's interesting,
And goes
though,
on to
Harv.
say they're going to file a defamation lawsuit.
Here's what's interesting. So I've talked to Levi. I talked to him yesterday. They don't deny that he bit her. They say that he bit her in a playful way, that he did not injure her, that the marks went away after a couple minutes. They went on. They partied that night. They've got videos of the girl partying and dancing, and she was totally fine. What he is saying he did not do was make the comment, the anti-Semitic comment. He completely, adamantly denies
Well, but
that.
he's also saying that the bite was not an aggressive criminal
that they
bite.
were kind of playing around.
Right.
They were all having a good time.
So
and
where's the bite on her body? I'm trying to figure out.
on her left
the photo.
shoulder, Charles, her left shoulder. They were sitting in a car just like we are right now. They were in a van, and Harvey would be Puka, and Puka apparently turns to her and bites her on the shoulder.
So why does she say he did that?
She says it was out of nowhere. They were at the restaurant. She claims he makes the comment. Then they get into the car to go to the club, and she says that he was acting like touchy and feely and was drunk. And all of a sudden, she says he drops his head into her friend's lap and bites her friend on the leg, and then turns to her and bites her on the shoulder. Out of nowhere, she
So
claims.
it's not. She's not saying it's a fight. She's saying,
not a fight at all.
No.
Just out of nowhere. Just as if we're talking,
But
and then
I
he
will
does
say,
it.
And I know his story is that it was a playful thing and that the bite mark went away after a little while. I don't know when that photo was taken, but that
looks intense.
She
that
said
looks
about
very
30 to 40. Yeah. So she filed for a restraining order, which, by the way, the judge did not grant. The judge denied, although they have set a hearing for mid-April.
Well, right. I mean, the reason they wouldn't grant that is because you need an imminent threat.
Right.
And
This is 3 months ago,
And well, I know, but what they do is they set a hearing if there's no imminent threat. And if she couldn't show imminent threat, doesn't mean the judge disbelieves her. It just means that there's nothing immediate.
Right. So she says that happened they took the photograph 30 to 40 minutes after the bite, and she still had that very visible mark. I mean, look at that.
It's really interesting because he is not saying, I didn't do that.
No.
He's just saying it was playful.
Yeah. Harvey, they told me he bit her. I mean, they told me that.
I'll tell you, I'm not going to I don't want to prejudge this, but if he bit her, and when he says it was playful, if it's not something she was into and he just did it out of the blue, that's a problem for him. That's a problem for him.
You know what's interesting? It doesn't, the sense I get, they're not so worried about the money
As
here.
the statement about blank the Jews.
That's what they're worried about. Because you remember with Aiden Ross, the big streamer, when he did the anti-Semitic trope, rubbing his hands together? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So I think they are worried that he is now getting this reputation that he is somehow anti-Jewish or anti-Semitic. And they are really, that's the front that they are fighting here. They're not even really fighting the biting.
That's interesting.
Hi, this is Lisa from U.S. Army Base Fort Polk. Okay, I don't buy it. I'm feeling like this is a little bit of a shakedown. It's not making sense to me. I mean, like, she's basically claiming that this guy is a vampire at a New Year's Eve party and biting her while being racist. I'm not buying it. I'm going with the shakedown.
But he does admit biting her.
He admits biting her. I'm not denying that, and neither is he. But I mean, he's also saying that there's video, she's having a good time, whatever. I don't know. The judge obviously didn't approve the TRO. She didn't feel like, there was a reason to even approve it. I hear what you're saying about the imminent danger part and all of that. But I mean, I kind of feel like at this point, she's really putting all her ducks in a row. She's gearing up for a very nice settlement.
Okay.
All right.
What's D1?
Puka. You can do this, man. You can do this.
Where is he going? Oh.
You can do this.
Well, Brendan kind of said that. Yeah, he kind of said that.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Oh, my God.
It's Babcock.
That is an
What
excellent
do y'all
point.
think about that? Everyone's saying, is it possible this was a love bite?
No, not today.
I mean, if a
what's
love
lunch?
bite is unwarranted, then
Really?
he's more mad about
Interesting.
the comment and not the physical attack. Yeah, isn't that kind of strange if he addressed the attack?
Not what I
He
voted
never
for.
said he didn't do it, so I'm in.
I'll take either one.
Let's go over here, guys.
Thought you wanted Sam.
Okay.
Alrighty.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? They're saying, what would be an appropriate consequence if these allegations are true? As far as the biting situation.
Well, the biting situation, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of controversy on it.
Yeah.
If you bite somebody and you say it's playful, but they didn't consent to it, it's a battery.
But don't you think, like the one person said, a shakedown and lawsuits are like so common nowadays, especially for athletes?
Well,
and
it's
like,
true. I mean, that's true.
Don't you think that they could have been playfully biting and she could have consented and was like plotting in her, like these girls are very smart nowadays and like plotting.
Maybe.
I'm gonna file a lawsuit.
They said drunk people tend to
Not what I
bite,
do.
so I believe her. Drunk people bite now?
I did not know that Puka Nacua got down like that. I just kind of, yes.
Yeah,
I just kind of thought he was like, just a guy who was just about ball. Like, was just always practicing, always, like he was just about football. I didn't
Are you being
realize
sarcastic?
No, I'm serious. I didn't realize he was
Isn't
like a party
he
guy.
like really problematic?
I didn't realize he was a party guy. I didn't.
What are we doing as
Sorry.
D1? You didn't say.
Apparently he's a biter.
Okay, I'm an idiot. What do you want from me?
It's okay,
who's
we
doing
didn't know.
that? Devin?
Me.
I didn't know who, I had to look him up.
We didn't know who. It's fine. We didn't know Prince
What's
had
Barkley?
hits.
Oh, yeah.
Whoopings.
Not the same thing.
Parents. Oh yeah,
Not
yeah.
the
We
same
did this.
thing.
We did this on the show.
It's
Okay,
kind
let's
of
do
the
this.
same. Ish.
Okay, here we go.
Not the same at all.
I downloaded a Prince song that day though.
Okay.
Great. Where are we going? Yeah, go to the right a little bit. You good? I'm staying in her lap. This is Dan Patrick's show. Welcome back to TMZ Live. Noted parent influencer Charles Barkley has some advice. I say that now, I'm definitely dating myself here, but Charles Barkley, probably, 30 years ago now, got himself into huge trouble when he had this whole thing about, I'm not a role model, don't let your kids.
30 years ago?
That was like 30 years ago when that happened.
Oh, my God.
Maybe even a little more. But
that was 30 years ago?
yeah, you remember that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And where's the time go? So now he is talking to parents about how you discipline your kids or don't discipline your kids. He was on the Dan Patrick Show and offered this up.
Well, this is.
We'll let Chuck explain.
Ray Sip's a Lockwoodder.
People talking about you can't yell at your kids. Yes, hell, you can yell at your kids. You whoop their ass too. I believe in discipline. I'm not going around telling people to beat their kids, but I think if you don't spank your kids and discipline them, they turn into some of these brats that we got today. I'm not here just saying I'm not here for child abuse, but how are kids gonna know they're doing something wrong? First of all, you can't rationalize with kids. They're dumber than rocks. They don't know they're doing stuff wrong. But when you spank them, that gets the message across, and because they don't want that.
See, look, as a kid who was spanked and more.
Who was a problem child also.
And I was a problem child, right. But no excuse. But you don't physically hit kids. You don't do it with dogs. You shouldn't do it with dogs.
Harvey.
And so, hold on.
Okay.
Let me explain. Let me
you don't have to bring the dogs into it.
Well, but it's true. If you're not going to do it with dogs, how do you justify doing it with kids? That there are ways of. Kids are dumb as rocks. He's right.
Yeah, he's 100% right on that. Even though it sounded harsh,
it's true.
He's right.
They're dumb as rocks.
No, not all.
But that parents have to guide. That's the parents' job.
And you can teach them without hitting them. I mean, there are ways, and you know, not every parent is capable of doing that, and that's just a fact. But you can't say, well, the default is just hit them. I mean, that's just not a default.
Yeah, sometimes there are just certain situations where a whooping is necessary. Like you said, I grew up getting whoopings, like belt, switch, other things amongst them. I genuinely felt. I will say this: until this weekend, I went and visited my godkids. I thought that there was two types of parenting: gentle parenting or you like whoop and spank your kids. This weekend, I saw something that I'd never seen before.
Something in between.
In between, she yelled at those kids so sternly and so harshly that they were scared of her. She didn't have to hit them, but she also wasn't saying, Junior, go pick up your toys. It was, pick this up right now.
No,
he starts crying, get upstairs.
That's exactly right.
And I did not realize that, so I'm starting to switch.
And I think that's really that's the overarching point that Barkley is trying to make, right? That discipline, you've got to have discipline.
His point is spank the kids.
He didn't say you had to.
But I also think
He's
that
saying he
sometimes
would,
that he might need a spanking every once in a while. She said that she spanked him maybe like twice in his life.
The problem is that when parents don't have the sophistication to understand how to reach the child with words, they'll default to hitting.
But also sometimes when you're trying to reach the child with words, then the child ends up like talking back, and then you're trying to
you put it into
compromising with the child.
You put it into that. The way your friend did.
Yeah.
Irene, Florida. I definitely see that there's going to be people arguing from both sides, and they're probably going to twist Charles' words out of proportion. For me, I'm very much of to each their own when it comes to parenting, because there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like how you're parenting or disciplining your kids.
So true.
And for me, it's also like, if you spank a kid, they're still going to misbehave possibly after. If you gentle parent a kid, they're still going to misbehave afterwards. So it's really such a tough situation. It just has a lot more to do with just disciplining, in my opinion.
You couldn't deal with my analogy of if you don't hit dogs, you don't hit kids. You couldn't deal with that.
I couldn't deal with it because, wait, what are you trying to say?
Because I know you don't hit dogs.
Of course.
And I think,
no, I don't hit dogs.
But I think you understand more about spanking a kid.
But I think that when you make that comparison, you lose the parents you're trying to reach because they don't like to hear dogs compared to kids.
But if you don't hit a dog, if you think it's...
I know what you're saying is true, but parents are like, oh, this guy's just about dogs. He doesn't even understand kids.
There's a lot of people that also spank their dogs or don't spank their dogs and do spank their kids.
I will admit, I like dogs more than I like kids.
See, that...
I just do.
So he would spank the kid and not spank the dog.
To get to.
Okay, well, I said it.
You know why? Because the dogs
Timeout
don't talk back.
Timeout doesn't work.
Because the dogs won't talk back.
Go to timeout. That does not work.
Am I wrong? How many of you guys like dogs more than you like kids? Be honest.
Dude.
You should see Jack.
Who's a dog.
Who's a dog. And Carl. And Stanley.
Do you guys consider parents that spank or whoop their kids abusive parents?
Honestly, I think there is a way to do it that is not abuse. No, it is not like
pop, a little.
No, but that it's more.
Ryan, do you spank your kids?
No, I don't, and I got plenty of.
I think
spankings?
if it's
when
done.
I was a kid, so it's just.
Devin's kid's too young.
And it's also a different time, and parents weren't educated the way they are today, and there weren't the laws.
Do you think that if you didn't get spanked, you'd be the person you are today?
No.
Exactly.
Look how great you guys turned out.
Yeah,
we turned out great. Are you joking?
Tawanda,
Speak
slow
for yourself.
down.
Whoa,
Slow
everybody
down.
speak for themselves.
Yeah, slow down. It's
I was disciplined a
there's
lot.
a different way. There's a
Were you
right
hit?
and wrong way to do
No,
it.
I don't think I was hit.
I was
but
hit a
I was
lot.
like,
Karen, did you
Chasing
get
a kid
whooped?
around,
I was hit.
chasing a kid around and hitting them
With the belt?
with a belt or hitting them with that I disagree with. But if you say to a child, you say, you know what, you did something wrong, and you know what the rules are, you're gonna get a
But I was
spanking.
also-
and it's more, and it's sort of like, I don't want to say like a ritual, but like they understand if you do something wrong, you lie to me, you do whatever the rules are, and you have, and everyone knows that this is the way it goes.
What, you get an ass whooping?
Yeah, and you get an ass whooping.
1,000%.
You get an
You
ass
can
whooping.
learn respecting people and how to treat people.
I will say, I did learn
without
that
getting your ass
this
whooped.
weekend.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was possible. I thought you had
for my parents, and I
to.
never
Some
got my
kids.
ass
Yeah,
whooped.
some kids, because some kids
kids.
are bad as hell, and they need to get a little popping.
but
They need to get popped.
I woke up,
They need to
and
get popped.
when I woke up, I would always say, I'm going to do something bad, and I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Like, some kids need to
you're-
get
you were fine
popped.
with
And I was pretty much accurate.
Like, what? You need to get popped in the mouth every once in a while.
Okay. What are we doing as D2?
Shut up.
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No.
Quiet.
No.
Okay.
You're gonna pop.
Who's doing Joseph?
Going to Devin.
Here at TMZ, we're pro child abuse.
Devin, be quiet. You just
Well,
said
it
you get a little
wasn't child
spanking,
abuse.
and you said
But
it's spanking.
It wasn't child abuse back then. I mean, my parents did what was done to them. They didn't know.
Same.
And there weren't laws back then. And so now
That was
there
a
are
wild, wild
I got one
west.
last question.
Well,
When
it was, but and now there are laws.
Charles, did you get
and
whoopings?
now people are
Okay.
conscious of it, and they've made it a crime. And so
I did.
don't think.
And
that
why do you
anything
think?
that
And why
happened
do
to
you
me
think
was a
they did
crime.
that? Because a
No,
lot of
I-
bad
any
things were
spanking I
happening
got
to
was a
kids.
crime.
Yeah.
I will say it wasn't a crime, but I would tell my parents, I'm gonna call the police, and he
See,
would say,
that's your
call them, and my dad would say, call them.
You actually
I would
threatened
never
that?
say that.
I would say, if I knew he'd say, go get them, I'm gonna call the police, you're abusing, call them, and I still got
It didn't
whooping.
even occur.
So
to
you're-
me.
I will say this.
I was gonna ask you,
If
yeah, did you
had
do
the-
that?
If you had
Did
the
not even
wherewithal
occur
to
to
say I might call the police, you didn't get spanked hard enough.
Right.
Oh my
I still got spanked though.
You should be worried about the pain in that moment, not about, I'm going to call the police.
Okay, let's go.
Just don't hit me, please.
Joseph.
I was just trying to get through.
This is, what's the competition?
The NPC.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Yep. Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger getting back into bodybuilding.
Not really.
As a spectator, because he's going to be watching his son make his debut as a bodybuilder this weekend.
By the
We
way,
found
that
out this
picture
morning-
that looked like Arnold, but it's actually Joseph. Joseph Baena.
No, that one's Arnold.
Oh, that
That's
is Arnold.
That's Arnold.
Well, look how
you're too far from the monitor.
I am too far from the monitor.
But they do. But actually,
They look
very
alike.
recently, Joseph.
They look alike.
He's been busting out some of Arnold's classic poses while he's in the gym. So we noticed on his social media he had posted something where he said, "Just one day till showtime," or he clearly was hinting at something that was going to be happening. Well, we found out this morning he is actually going to be making his debut at this competition in Denver over the weekend. You can see Arnold's helping him work on poses while he's in the gym. He's getting ready for this thing, and he's taking it seriously.
He obviously looks good. He's competing in a natural bodybuilding competition, so he's obviously. I'm an expert when it comes to knowing when someone's on steroids.
He's not.
obviously.
He's not.
And he's clearly not on steroids. So, but
Nobody in the
great
competition
physique.
can be. They actually drug
Yeah,
test.
they drug test everyone.
He goes to my gym, and number
By the way,
one.
you keep saying it's your gym. If Arnold Schwarzenegger
Okay, it's
and
Arnold's
Arnold's
gym.
son is
Okay.
going there, it's their gym.
Okay,
it's not
Arnold.
your
Okay,
gym.
fair. It's Arnold's gym, and I go to it, and so does Joseph.
Right.
And I can tell you that he's like not only serious about it, but Arnold does train him. And you know when Arnold was helping him with poses, you watch that? Mm-hmm. I am telling you, I did a show called Objectified with Arnold, where he went into the science of these poses.
Right.
And Arnold is just so far above everybody else
He's
that
the
there
best
is
bodybuilder of
no,
all
I know, but there
time.
is such an art to it, and he's taught his son that. He loves Joseph.
Can I ask you something? Does anyone wear a shirt at this gym?
No, they do. I don't see this when I'm there. I mean,
Yeah, but you're there at like the crack of dawn.
no,
in the morning,
but
so
there.
like,
Well, first of all, you don't have to say that. But there are.
You act like you're talking about it being your gym. Everyone knows where these guys work out. It's a very famous place.
But no, I mean maybe outside they do it, but they don't do it inside the gym. That's because it's Arnold's son.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
But
and who's going to say anything?
By the way, he's a realtor in L.A.
First of all, Joseph Baena is a Renaissance man.
He is.
He is a bodybuilder.
Got an MBA from Pepperdine.
MBA. He's an actor. He also posted something about an audition that he was doing.
He is
He's been
Arnold.
busy.
He is Arnold reincarnated.
God, that looks like young Arnold.
See?
That does.
Okay, you got it. Who's doing that?
I was like, okay, blur that.
What are we doing now?
There's a lot of broken equipment now.
Really?
I had to take.
Have you filed some complaints?
Gently.
Oh yeah, because that's your.
Well, no, I actually didn't, but it's a lot of stuff. No, it's not just that, but there's like I took a shower there 2 days ago, and there was no hot water in that shower, and there was a bunch of equipment.
So it's just like being at home.
Yeah, no, it's exactly like it.
You're like, I can go home for this.
Someone asked if you had to choose steroids, Ozempic, or heroin.
What the?
Then go for the best experience.
Wait a minute, that's a good one. Ozempic,
steroids
or heroin.
For the experience.
Yeah.
Well, we know the one you've taken. So.
I've done that.
Those heroin days were behind.
Right.
I didn't know.
crying. He should be in the new
Carl, what are you picking? Roids, Zipic, or the heroin?
I'm picking Ozempic, man.
No,
they're skinny. They
the
don't need
Ozempic wouldn't hurt him so much.
That's what I'm gonna pick.
Wow.
I mean, Devin on the other
I knew
hand.
if I had just quiet long enough, I knew he would. I knew there's no way he could not take the bait.
Ozempic,
Okay, let's do
steroids,
this.
heroin. There we go. You're the Ozempic. Charles is the steroids,
Can I
and
get all
Harvey's the
three?
heroin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
All three.
Put all three in one pill?
Okay.
Someone call Melissa. Why?
I'm here.
What happened?
What happened? Okay, mic's down. Mic's down for a second.
What?
Here we go.
Who was Usher speaking with?
Over that way, please, to your left.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right, forms.
Okay.
Ever since Diddy went to prison, people have been sort of looking to see which of his friends are
Would stick by him.
distancing. Yeah, who's going to stand by him and who's going to distance themselves from him. Actually, that started from before the trial even. There was the distancing that was clearly happening. One of the people who has always been tied to Diddy, they had a very close relationship, working relationship, as well as being friends, is Usher. And Usher sat down recently for an interview with Forbes and had this to say about Diddy. And then we're going to tell you how Diddy feels about this.
I mean, this might be a bit controversial, but in the same way, I think many people choose to look past the reality of what our country is, the standards that we now stand on. We can't ignore the reality of the history, but in many ways, I think certain people are prosecuted and maybe not recognized for the greatness, that they offer. I don't have anything negative to say about Sean Combs because my experience was not what the world has seen and how he's been, misrepresented. I'm not saying that every man is perfect. I'm not saying that all of us don't have flaws, but I can't, with any sense of humanity, not recognize the valuable contributions that this man made.
The weird thing about this is he once said that when he was 13, he was exposed to things with Diddy that a 13-year-old shouldn't have been exposed to.
But he didn't say it as
He didn't say what it was. Well,
Right.
he didn't say what it was, but that's not a positive statement.
No, but I mean, he wasn't saying he was a victim of something. He was just
No, no,
saying
no,
he
no.
saw things he said he shouldn't.
Right, and that's not.
No, I know what you're saying, but I just want to make it clear he wasn't saying he was victimized in some way.
So from Diddy's point of view, he's got to like it.
Yes, as you'd imagine, he did. He said, "I've always had." This is through his rep told us. "I've always had love and respect for Usher. I appreciate his words and everything he's achieved." So obviously, Diddy's going to feel good about this. But I would say, when I was listening to what Usher was saying, he's talking about the Mann Act, right? He was kind of attacking the Mann Act and that it's been used historically in America to
He's
prosecute.
talked about the Mann Act, but it's hard to overlook the Cassie video, even though he wasn't prosecuted for that.
I think there's a bigger argument to that, too, and it is a lot of race, is that I've seen this conversation about the black artists like Diddy and R. Kelly who are like, they're monsters, cancel them, never play their music, they're gone, erase them. But there's a lot of white people we don't do that to. Phil Spector abused his first wife, beat her horribly, shot a woman in the face, went to prison for it. Nobody's ever talked about getting rid of his contribution to music or diminishing how important he was as a producer.
Phil Spector's a little different because he wasn't really in front of the camera.
But Phil Spector's
but still, like, historically, we don't go back and erase his contributions. Nobody talks about how talented R. Kelly was now.
You can't, like, boycott the Ronettes because of Phil Spector.
Well, that's what people, I mean, listen, Diddy is more prolific as a producer.
Yeah, but people know him. He's a famous guy whose face is out there.
But do you listen to all the artists he produced then?
I'm not arguing your point. I'm just saying I think there's a difference between Phil Spector.
There have been a lot of white musicians also who've been accused of some really horrible things over the years. And we're like, oh, those are just rock star guys that like did horrible things to groupies, underage girls. None of their legacies are in danger.
The reality here is, number one, in a way, well, not in a way, prosecutors lost the case against Diddy because what they got him on was an archaic, ridiculous law. And they didn't get him on the serious charges, and they wouldn't have charged him if they weren't going to go after that.
Right.
And you still have the Cassie video, which everybody remembers, but I think the fact that he's in prison for a couple of years gives him a chance to reset when he gets out?
I think so. I think a lot of people are
Yes,
not
I
going to
think
care
you'll
about
have a
this.
chance.
It's the baby oil's the joke.
The
People
baby
will
oil's
laugh
the
about
joke.
it,
The
and they
baby
will
oil,
forget the
which
rest.
everybody thought was going to be the hammer, ends up being the joke.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Rob Schuster in New York City. I think Usher has started the comeback Diddy tour for him, and we're going to see now more artists come forward and defend Diddy.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a good point. The American and the British flag. I like it.
Rob's got it all covered.
A little refreshing there.
Good to see you. Good to see you. So I used to work for Diddy. I was Diddy's publicist in the early 2000s. And I think Usher here being really loyal, really kind to Diddy is probably a smart thing for him to do as far as their fan base is concerned here. What my big question is, though, is that I'm not sure this loyalty runs both ways. When I worked with Diddy, he wasn't always that kind to Usher. They sort of always put Usher down a little bit. And so I think Usher's doing a really, really honorable thing here. He believes this, but I think that Cassie video is something that is going to be burnt in our memories
for sure. That was good. Thank you.
Good to see you, Rob.
Thank you. Yeah, that was great.
As soon as he popped up and he said his name, I was like, why do I know Rob Schuster? And I was like, oh, that's right.
No, it's Rob.
No, I'm from, he was a publicist for Diddy back in the...
He was a
Chat
big
has some things
publicist.
to
back
say.
in the early 90s.
Big publicist.
So
mid-90s.
Where are we? Which what?
Alan Richardson.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Dang, the chat is connecting all this to the Justin Bieber and Usher fallout. What do you think about
It
that?
is interesting they didn't ask him, and I don't know when
Well,
they
they may have.
recorded it.
Yeah, Well, they what may if have. this-
No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Was this
but I don't know
recorded
when they
recently?
recorded it.
Oh.
It came out a few days ago, but we don't know when.
They may have done it before. Yeah.
Could have been.
Yeah.
They're saying maybe Usher was referring to drinking or smoking when he made the comment about being
I
13
don't
years
know.
old.
That doesn't feel right. It doesn't
No,
feel like
it was more than drinking and smoking he was talking about.
Yeah.
You could tell by the way he said it
For sure.
back in the day. But
Does no bad word show support or neutrality? Are we going to the guess now?
Okay, let's do F. How long do you want on this? Here we go.
This is for this and for viewers.
Okay.
How long is your sound up?
Oh, it's so funny. How long is the whole thing? Yeah, how long's the whole thing, just so we know where we are? Okay, here we go. This is hysterical. This is hysterical and really eye-opening in terms of what AI can do.
And how quickly someone out there has decided to do this. So we showed you the video of the neighborhood dispute between Alan Richardson, the Reacher star, and his neighbor Ronnie. Ronnie was ticked off that Alan was speeding around in his eyes, speeding around the neighborhood on motorcycles, and they get into this big fight, much of it captured on camera. But someone decided to put the whole thing together in one short film. Yes, this is AI generated, but man, is it entertaining.
Unbelievable.
In a quiet neighborhood, one man saw a motorcycle and still chose chaos. Look at the motorcycle. One terrible decision. What should have been an apology became a neighborhood event.
What are you gonna do? You've been driving around my neighborhood like a lunatic. Kick me, you piece of
Gladly.
I mean, it's just incredible
how well it recreates things and fills in blanks, because obviously we didn't have all that much detail on the dialogue.
Do you know what this is?
But
This is the AI version of what Ryan Murphy does. It's exactly the AI version. It's like, you kind of know the story, but you don't really know the story, so he kind of makes up the middle, and it works.
I don't know how much of it is planned by AI or how much of it is actually prompted, but my favorite part of the trailer is when it has that really big close-up of
Oh,
Alan
yeah,
Richson,
in
and
the
then he
helmet.
takes off the helmet. It's like the star is there.
Oh, it's just the best. By the way, the DA or the prosecutor in the case, they've declined to prosecute Alan.
Yeah, no charges are going to be
But
filed.
the thing about it is, they said it was self-defense. Alan's got a good lawyer because it was mutual combat. It was not self-defense.
Yeah, because Alan, well, like you said, it resets. Alan pushed him first, but
No,
then reset.
it
Well,
is not self-defense.
Yeah.
It's
as Ronnie's cowering on the ground.
Self-defense. Case in point.
Hi, this is Dina from Pennsylvania. AI has gotten so out of hand. This looks so real. I feel like if I posted it on Facebook, half the people on my Facebook would
you
probably
believe it.
think it was actually a real video.
Yeah.
I love that they added John Cena in there.
Yes.
And if they really did make it into a movie, I wonder if he would be open to playing himself.
Yeah, at John Cena has the cameo at the end as the neighbor who's recording it through the window.
Of course, it's John Cena.
Yeah.
What else you guys want to talk about? Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's G?
Dum, dum, dum.
What is that? I don't know what it is.
So, what was the meeting she walked into?
Miss No Money, I'm pretty sure this is your shirt. I think you're the medium, so I'm pretty sure this is you, girl.
Is there sound? Can we hear it just real quick?
Thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House. It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting. I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America. I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education.
Figure 3, thank you for joining me at day 2 of Fostering the Future Together. It's fair to state you're my first American-made humanoid guest in the White House.
Okay. Okay, we got a...
The monitor's
wonky.
We got a
here.
spreadsheet.
There we go.
I'm calling him now again. He's still not answering.
Okay, here we go.
Well, the First Lady was hosting a tech event at the White House with some other First Ladies from around the world.
Is that a First Lady?
Well, it's the first humanoid lady with the First Lady. Yes, Melania had quite the introduction at this event. Check this out.
Thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House. It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting. I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America. I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education.
Figure 3, thank you for joining me at day 2 of Fostering the Future Together. It's fair to state you're my first American-made humanoid guest in the White House.
Okay.
Just wanting the American, that's American-made.
I know that you're not supposed to say this, and it's triggering. But she and Macron's wife, they got a smile. That was funny. And they're acting like this is totally serious, and there's no, like...
I don't know if they knew whether it was supposed to be serious.
It's a robot that's introducing.
You should. Question. When did humanoids adopt? When did we start calling them humanoids? I thought they were androids.
No.
Now they
get with the times,
co-opted
man.
this. Now they're humanoids.
I'll tell you, Tristan Harris. You should hear and read him, because the future, folks, it's not in our hands.
Great.
One more before you leave.
Okay.
And Charles, wait.
Those First Ladies should smile more.
Say, Harvey, why don't
Wow.
you do the stream with robot
Wow.
Charles?
What?
Harvey, why don't you do the stream with the robot Charles?
Like he can't afford one. Believe me, if he could afford one, he would.
I thought I did.
They're wondering, did the robot have Secret Service? Hey. Never know, man.
Oh, what a great idea.
Robot Secret Service?
No.
I wouldn't trust that.
Secret Service.
No.
Robot Charles?
A hotel that does like undercover. They go to restaurants and they bring food that they're not supposed to take out of restaurants.
You talking about that chicken that you didn't get?
No. And you call them, it's Secret Service.
Oh,
I get it. See, smart thinking.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Charles chit chat with your people.
Terrifying thing to learn like how his brain works. What? Jesus.
There's gonna be
always thinking of some corny ass joke he can like. And by the way, I wanted to tell a corny joke here or there, but his brain is always working toward a corny joke.
That is so
like,
funny.
I just stumble into him sometimes.
Wow. There's really 2 more. Well, this one and then 1 more.
I'm happy. Why don't you bring over more? You know, I love doing this. I love this.
Still nothing. I'm giving him until 12:30, and then Jackson said dead the interview.
We need a robot in the office, y'all. Signed it. Tawanda, they can't wait to get their shirt. Okay.
Oh, well, in that case, then just dead the whole thing because Jackson.
Tawanda hates me too. Let's go over here, guys. No robot. Yeah.
Dead it or unalive?
Robot will be fire. We're gonna get a robot to host the stream next time.
Oh. I like that,
Just
actually.
trying to
Unalive it.
unalive that whole interview.
Yeah, unalive it. I like that. Do you guys like dead it better or unalive it?
I don't like either.
Dead it.
Cameron, do you have a headline?
Dead it. Yeah, that's fine.
Do you ever?
Wow.
The world has fallen.
Unalive?
I like the unalive.
It's catching on.
I like unalive and unhand. Unhand.
Unhand is good.
Well, unhand is an actual phrase.
Who says that? Unhand. Like, who actually says that in that?
Unhand me, sir.
Unhand me, Satan.
Oh, that's so funny.
We didn't get that story from
son of Satan.
From Dan Rehill, the priest that we had on. I saw another interview he did. He talked about meeting the devil twice.
Twice.
Jeez.
Fascinating story. He said that the devil came to him as a very well-dressed, very good-looking man who tried to encourage him to have a drink.
Tell him the story, what he said about how he...
He said he was standing outside a bar. He was at a point in his life where he had turned away from his old life. He was now with the church and had turned his life around. Presumably was not drinking. And he said he was just standing there and suddenly this sharply dressed, good-looking man walked up and locked arms with him and said, "Let's go have a drink."
You said this happened twice?
That was the first time.
Oh.
And he
So
said,
nice guy.
and he said he pulled away from the guy. He's like, "What are you doing?" And he went into this building, and when he looked out the window, the guy was just there laughing at him. And then he asked his priest what had happened, and his priest's like, "Told you, the devil's gonna come.
Oh.
You're a target now."
He said
This is
something
third
in our
time's the
interview
charm.
when he was like, yeah, if they, what did he say? They're like, if they look a certain way and then something like burn, like when they get near like holy
Yes.
stuff, if they
get near holy stuff, then they're
I was like, what, you put some holy water on them and they get like a little.
right.
They said, don't let the third time come.
Do you believe in this? Because I believe in God. I believe in heaven and hell. I don't believe that there's like satanic, demonic people walking around where I can just throw
Hey, I'm the devil.
holy. And
I
they're
guess
like,
I believe in God or a God-like
yeah.
In a higher power.
a higher power.
I don't believe in demons walking
I
the
don't
earth.
know about the demons part, and I can't square not believing in the devil or hell and him saying that he's seen people levitating.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They said America
I mean,
voted.
and I've heard that from other people who do exorcisms, going like, yeah, if someone was levitating, I'm like, okay, you can't. If they're telling the truth and they actually saw that,
What if they're
you
hallucinating?
can't fake that.
What if they're hallucinating? Or
The
they're
priest is hallucinating
The
when
priest
they
is
go
lying.
in to
The
conduct
priest
the
is lying.
exorcism.
Yeah.
Exactly. The priest is lying. Ain't no way people are levitating off the
But isn't,
ground.
and correct, because I don't watch these movies at all, but you're just saying, well, show me video of it. Didn't the couple that they made the Conjuring movies about, that they do have video of things?
Yeah.
Is that true?
And then people don't believe that the videos are real anyway. So then, you
I
run
don't watch
into
any of
that
those
issue.
Conjuring movies because
I don't either because I live by myself.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
no,
ice maker started making a cube of ice. Now I'm stuck in my room
Oh.
until the sun comes out because, who's out there?
Does anybody else, when you're walking around your house, and I have this bad habit of, I'm that person who says, I don't need to turn on the lights. I know my house well enough, I can walk around in the dark.
1,000%.
And I'll do that. But like if I'm walking up the stairs and it's dark, there's always a thing in the back of my head that's like,
Someone's gonna be standing
somebody is gonna step out of the darkness. There's
Yeah.
someone in my house.
Do you ever like just
why I
run up the
turn the
stairs
lights
real
on.
fast and then just?
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I do. Like
You just run up,
literally,
like,
like I start
skip
getting
and
chills
sprint,
because I
yeah,
think
skip
about it
two.
so much.
My shoulder's injured.
No.
Oh my God.
I get chills and I think, what if there's someone in the house? I don't
Put
know.
your flash on.
Part of living alone.
The flash on is great. Yeah.
Guess that's
Last
the theme
one
of the
for the
day. Freddy Cougar once again. I know y'all.
You think
my-
Kara Short looks like Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, does my sweater give Freddy Cougar vibes?
Yes, 2,000%.
Yeah.
2,000% is wild. All right.
Literally, that's what the comments been saying this whole time. Guess
What
that's the
game
theme
do you
of
want
the
to
day,
play,
guys.
Charles?
Yeah. What's the
Games?
game?
Games
What did we
people
talk
play?
about today? We talked about religion. We talked about spanking.
Oh, what else we talked about?
Do you know what I'm saying about spanking?
Spank your
I know that
kids.
was a little, it's not PC or whatever, but you can, when I got spankings, it was never like chased around and hit with something. It was, you know you did something wrong and you know what happens, and it was kind of like a ritual. It's like, all right, I know I gotta go
got
get that
spanked like
spanking.
Southern. Yeah, go pick the switch, bend over.
It was never, it was like,
I never
Yeah,
had
you
that.
ever got a
mom was
whooping?
just like-
Yeah.
I did the Little Rascals, put a pan on my.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I used to put extra pants on, and I used to.
yeah, what happened after he hit it? Then he really,
Yeah, oh my God, then
that
he's
was even
really
more
mad.
pissed.
You know, and the thing like with black parents, when they spank, like whatever you did, like say like you went outside and your mom told you not to go outside. She
I
goes,
told you,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
every
not
word.
to go
Yes.
outside, and you still.
I'm looking for spankings. I'm gonna spank my kids a little bit.
And you just
I think that's
I
healthy.
don't know.
I will say what I
think
saw this weekend
if you
really.
need to do it, it would, yes, it would
I don't
not
think
be.
you do. I saw kids that the kid, he wasn't being bad, but he spilled like he was just. His mom told him to stop doing something. He kept doing it. He kept doing it. He made a mess. She said, "Junior, I told you to stop doing this. Clean it up." He doesn't like getting his hands dirty, so I don't want to clean it up. He starts crying, thinking
How
that
old is
because
he?
he's 3.
Okay, like yeah, I'm not spanking.
Oh, yeah,
Honestly,
you're
like,
not
No.
spank a
3 year old
three-year-old.
enough. You're still old enough.
No.
5 and up.
Just to be clear,
Trust
when
me,
I was saying
I don't
yes,
think you
a
know how
ritual
these
spanking.
3-year-olds
My sister's 6.
act now. I
Not
don't think you
at
know.
3. I'm talking about
I don't think
when
you know
are,
how these. First
I
of all,
don't.
these iPad kids, these 3-year-olds are now
Yeah.
like 6-year-olds now.
Yeah.
They're very grown.
Okay, I do not want you having kids.
Oh, all of my kids will
You
tell
got
me.
what?
All right, guys, we're gonna
back
wrap. We got no game today.
No game, guys. Thanks for watching,
At
guys.
the
Have a good show.
Have a good rest of your day.
show links.
We appreciate you guys.
Toodaloo.
Bye,
We'll
guys.
see you guys.